story. And isn't that what life's about? Crafting stories, ones that make both Shakespeare and your next door neighbor nod in appreciation and say, "What the hell was Frank thinking?" And you say he wasn't thinking, man. That crazy son of a bitch was living. Livin. Our lists, our dreams, they're plot points to our epic narrative. Beyond the quirky wishes, there are those that touch the soul. Maybe it's reconciling with a long-lost friend or a parent, or watching sunrise from the top of a mountain. If you were to write down a bucket list item right now, what would it be? Think about it, marinate in it, and who knows, perhaps the solitude of your next bathroom visit might just offer the clarity that you seek. Till next time, keep dreaming, keep doing, and remember, life's an adventure waiting to be written, and always wipe front to back. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hell, leave a comment or two. If you know what your bucket list items are, I would love to see them below. Let me know, and thank you for watching the Number 2 Show.
Is our guest on the phone?
There's some guy named Bert on the phone.
Oh.
Bert.
Hopefully
That's the guy who's supposed to be calling, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, the machine, Bert Kreischer, on the phone.
Hey, man.
Yeah.
That was well played, gentlemen. That was well played.
Well, we're expecting a call from Bert Cummings, too, so we're not sure.
Oh, okay.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, guys, and here we are, and we are live. That's right, live coming at you from City Place.
Olive Boulevard,
here
baby.
in lovely Creve Coeur, Missouri. It's going to be a lovely day.
Lovely day.
Lovely day. It's going to be in the 60s and sunny.
Mostly sunny, high of 66.
We're all sunny in here today.
Yes, I have my patoots out. I have my first sandals of 2025 at work.
Nice.
So, highly suggest.
Well, get your feet out, guys.
Get them out.
Put them in somebody's mouth.
Why not?
That's why I'm wearing
Put your feet in
bottomless
somebody's
chaps
mouth today. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's have ourselves a Wednesday.
Oh,
what a
God.
real treat.
I'm just imagining like people just randomly putting their foot in like their coworker's
Why not?
mouth.
I'm imagining that guy from yesterday whose wife's fist was stuck in his mouth.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
someone's ankle all the way.
Yeah, show up to the ER with your partner's foot stuck in your mouth.
There you go.
And they have to use a quote-unquote mouth opener.
Yeah, the jaws of life.
They have to use a mouth opener to get your wife's foot out of your mouth, and muscle relaxers.
I'm good
Nice.
at putting my own foot in my mouth just figuratively. I can, I could probably do it too, like literally, but I'm known for putting my foot directly in my mouth.
Oh, you could actually...
You can get them little
Yeah.
Not
habits.
figuratively.
No, figuratively and literally. Like, I could do it. Like,
Ugh.
Oh,
Don't do that.
Nice.
Can't do that.
do it. Suck your own toe.
Yeah.
no.
Dude, I have a distinct
People will
memory
pay for that.
Yeah,
of
they would.
learning when I was extremely inflexible, and it was in gym class when the coach is like, "Okay, we're doing our stretches now. Touch your toe to your ear," and everybody just went boop and did that.
Uh-huh.
Can you guys all do that?
Hell no.
Touch your toe to your
Put my foot onto my ear.
Yeah, touch your foot to your ear, and like,
No.
everybody
I've never
around
listened
me
to
did it,
my
and I
Yeah, I
went,
could do it.
what? And I can hardly see my foot. I'm trying to get it up here. Like,
Why is that? You need to be more flexible.
I know. I'm
No way, dude.
I'm extremely
Yeah, no
inflexible.
way.
Yeah. Like, everybody get your foot up.
But I bet you could have in gym class. If
I
you could get
easily
that close.
could.
Right, my hip.
If
I
I was
feel like
flexible.
Bo Jackson. My hip was about to explode.
Listen, back in my gymnastics days,
Of course.
easy. Those days are behind me.
Did you ever
I'm
take
not flexible.
gymnastics, like ninja class or whatever?
No.
They call it ninja.
class.
For the little boys that want to take gymnastics, they call it ninja class now.
They had to.
Which is, they had to masculinize it.
So
God
dads would
forbid
be
your
okay
kid
with
can
it.
do a, back
no,
handspring. and
it
he's
was a
dude.
playoff Ninja Warrior,
Taking Thatcher to ninja class.
and just they don't want to get sued for using the name Ninja Warrior.
Is that true?
Yes.
They're climbing up walls
I
and
bet
stuff?
it's both.
No, because it was one of those.
You don't think so?
No, because the
I
boy.
know a lot of dads that would just like.
the
did
boy
not want
took
their
one of those
boys in
ninja-
gymnastics because they thought it was going to like.
No, because they set up the obstacle courses, like you do the opening
That's
run
cool.
where you jump back and forth,
That's
and then you
actually
do the
sick.
wall at the end, the warped wall.
I love that. Oh, my God.
It was a take on Ninja Warrior
If
Well-
you sign up for ninja classes, do you have to register your child as a
as a weapon.
as a weapon?
Only if you get certified.
You know what?
Happen.
So I was talk of the town yesterday, by the way.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
I know.
We got a ton of emails about it. We're going to touch on it again today.
Well, we mentioned yesterday that I don't know. I didn't know if it was true or not. Where a boxer or an ultimate fighter, MMA, would have to
Taekwondo.
register their hands as weapons.
Can you imagine the adding the paperwork to the police department when every time they break up a fight, they have to go, did you bring the registry? Yeah, the registry of all the people that have signed their hands over as lethal weapons into St. Louis counties.
Yeah.
Do you have to register your hands as weapons?
Yeah.
As if you are.
And we had some people call in and claim to have first-person experience of having to register themselves as lethal weapons, including Taekwondo experts, which...
We had a Taekwondo guy. We had a Judo guy. Well,
if Taekwondo's registering, then if I take a hip-hop dance class, I should have to register too.
We will have an actual...
hell yeah.
We will
Lethal
have an
moves.
actual MMA UFC guy call in to give us the lowdown, okay?
Conor McGregor, who's calling?
Conor
in?
McGregor will not be calling today.
Oh, apologies.
It's long distance. Oh,
Just as good, St. Louis' own Adam Sella,
Ah, yes.
who
He's
took part
very
in
good.
season 17 of The Ultimate Fighter.
Yes.
He's coming in?
No, he's on the phone. Just hey, we're going to clear it up, okay?
Okay.
He said he'd be happy to come on and clear it up for everybody, so we'll
By
see.
punching Scott in the face
and seeing
and
what the
seeing,
police do.
and seeing what kind of charge is brought up on him.
Sorry, Scott. This is for the good of the show and the good of St. Louis.
Hey,
Yeah, we found out, we educated the masses yesterday. We talked about this at length, and then we also found out you can take lighters on planes. That was a big deal yesterday, too.
It was a big deal yesterday. Also, calling my masculinity into account yesterday. People giving me crap about my wife calling AAA so they could put the donut on her car.
Right.
oh, you said
You should have done this for
I
her.
missed that.
Well, remember yesterday she left a
yeah.
note for me saying, "Hey, my back tire's low," and I went outside.
Yeah, it was as ambiguous, like something's wrong with the tire.
no
You should go
biggie.
check
And
it out.
I took my DeWalt tire inflator outside with the hopes of just, putting a couple extra PSIs in there.
Yeah.
And that's
It's
where
fine.
the masculinity ended, right there.
yeah, there was a fence post hanging out.
Yeah,
of it.
there was about a 5-foot piece of metal sticking out of the tire. I said, "This
There was a yield sign
Right.
I don't know where what
lodged in
happened.
the tire.
Tire's low.
Triangle first.
this is not going to do it."
Why didn't you take the you just didn't have
Because
time?
she had to. I didn't get home until about 1 o'clock yesterday.
Yeah.
She had a day. She had things to do.
Yeah, things planned.
She had things for work, things for the kids, the whole thing. I was not going to be at the house because nothing turns on a woman more than a man changing a tire. Am I right, Scott?
Sure.
Yeah.
Men doing anything is a turn on. Way to go.
Men doing anything.
When I had the
Just do something.
when I
Please,
had
God. Just do it.
when I had the blowout on the Jeep about a month or two ago, and she watched me change that tire,
Wow.
You have
Yeah.
a third child on the
she
way.
couldn't.
Wow.
She couldn't keep her hands off me. After.
That makes sense. I saw her out on the hill last night at dinner with a guy in khaki pants and a AAA shirt. I was wondering what was up, but this makes sense now.
It's the children's new stepfather.
I'm leaving you. So she had to get it. She had to get the tire off the car with the metal sticking out of it. So I said, call the insurance company. We have roadside. And then somebody challenged me saying, what kind of man would let his wife call roadside to change a tire?
Okay.
I said, what kind of man? This man. So what the hell are you talking
He
about?
is right here.
Like you pay for it.
Right.
Like it's covered anything up to $100.
Well, insurance is not as sexy as the man who is going to come over and get that donut on and get you back on the road.
What I forgot to ask this guy was, so you would never ask for help for anything?
Well, he
even
knows
if
it all.
even if you paid for it? Like it's a paid for service. Mm-hmm. Like it comes with my insurance.
Yeah.
Like we get to call somebody and they come over, and if it's under $100, it's done. But that means I'm less of a man.
I think it means
I
you're a
didn't-
smarter man.
I didn't know. That was
I mean, how many hats are we supposed to wear?
Yeah.
right.
And I think we've all
Right?
changed. We've all done that,
Right?
right? Taking a
wheel off and put a new one on. And
Yeah.
see, if you've done it once, you're fine. You've proved your point.
Oh,
Now
I
you
did
just
it.
hire somebody
I
to
did
do it.
many times on my old, just like, horrible rides that I was dealing with in my youth and my 20s. I'm hoping that those days are behind me. If I needed to do it today, I could do it today. I could do it right now. But
What kind of man
I don't want to.
would let another man come into his house and change his wife's tire? Said, is that a euphemism for him having sex with my wife? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're inferring,
Yeah.
sir.
And he changed her tire.
That'd be fun.
He changed it real good.
So good. So fast.
Just throwing this out here. I mean, I know we're doing the Rizz Olympics, which, by the way, you can see the new episode on our YouTube page. But what if I hosted you guys, since you're all men and there's 4 of you, to a man-off to see who the manliest is on this show once and for all? And I'll give you a set of challenges here at Hubbard Radio in the parking lot. People can come and observe. Changing a tire, checking the oil. I don't know what else you guys do.
Oh, if you want to,
I don't know.
Rafe wins. And then
If it's a speed shave, I win for sure.
we will crown the man
The ultimate
of this
man?
show. Ultimate man.
put it together.
Okay, I will.
Put it together.
This
I'll
summer,
do it.
coming
No,
this
this
summer.
sounds
Coming
like
this summer.
This just sounds like we're gathering to do chores.
Yeah.
Man
yes.
off. No,
I
it'll
like
be
this.
no. I will
Somehow
have a
you're-
circuit in the. It will be a circuit in the parking lot here, or up at top of the parking garage, and there will be tasks, and we'll
Well,
see how you guys do.
This just sounds like a lot of free labor for somebody.
That's right. Mow my lawn. Let's see how fast you can mow my lawn. Okay.
Sure. The AAA guy did walk into your house like, damn, girl, you look like a 225 ADR-17 if I've ever seen one. She's like, ooh, I like when you talk like that.
We did do a challenge where you changed the tire.
Yeah, I did.
Yep.
A NASCAR style.
Yeah, right. You had to do it in under a minute or something?
Yeah, I did it. I did all right.
Yeah. It's all right.
She's like,
Professionals on standby.
you want them never flat tires, girl?
Those run flats.
Like that booty never flat, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is the AAA guy so sexy?
Yeah, 314 is like, this is how Lauren gets a new bathroom. I get it.
Yeah, welcome
Who
to
could
my home.
who
It's
could
demolition
drywall
day,
the
baby.
quickest?
Yeah.
Who could
Now-
rough out a room?
Now
Okay.
plumb.
All right, cock this tub.
Hey,
Thanks.
speaking of beards, and I pulled 4 stories, all having to do with you guys. Like one story for each individual.
Wow.
So I got one for Rafe, one for Scott, one for Learn, and one for Moon. And I'll start with the Rafe story. Speaking of shaving,
That seems like it shouldn't be for me, but that's fine.
well, no, this actually is because you are. I listen. I don't know if you feel shame,
I didn't.
but you
until this moment.
cannot grow a beard.
I cannot grow a good beard.
You cannot grow a good beard. You cannot grow a
Yeah.
thick, full beard.
No. You guys are really rubbing it in my face. Moon shaves and hair grows behind the razor. You got a nice thick full beard. Scott's got a nice beard. Lauren's got a great mustache.
I do. I shave it weekly. Hi.
You know, for many men, the ability to grow a full, thick beard seems like a rite of passage, right? But for some, genetics do not cooperate. For some, the answer may be a beard transplant. Yes, this is
Hey.
a growing trend.
Let's talk about it.
See
Beard,
what you did there.
yes, beard transplants.
Okay.
And I read this big article, and
Can I check and see if any of you guys are a donor match?
Yeah, you
Come
want
on
this
over
beard or
here.
you want that beard?
so I read this article about this 47-year-old guy from England. He spent years feeling very self-conscious about his patchy facial hair, and that's what you got going on, right?
Yeah, mine.
It's patchy.
Yeah, I get it on my chin and lip, but it's like the pubescent, wiry. I get a very wiry beard. It's not like as thick. It'll get thick if I leave it, but it just doesn't look right. And then I get like literally sprigs and patches on the sides. As I'm aging, I'm starting to get more facial hair. I kept thinking I was going to hit like a second puberty. I've been having growing pains in my shins.
You were complaining about that
The other
yesterday.
day, and I'm like, dude, what if I hit like a second puberty that only like 1% of the population gets, and I'm 6'4" and I have a full beard, and my life changes?
That'd be awesome.
I just become a different guy.
Think about
Suddenly look like a Dos Equis guy.
Yeah.
think about some some iconic celebrities that had like great full beards. Like, you know what? A great goatee was George Michael.
Oh,
Yeah. Great beard.
Wow.
Great stubble.
Great stubble. Great when he had.
And he had a beard.
Look
He had
up
a second
Geor-
beard. He had a girlfriend back in those
Right.
days.
Yes. Yes.
He was really bearding
Look
it
up
up.
George Michael goatee.
Look up George Michael Faith video, dude. Woo. When he
Like
had
George Michael had like a good.
Oh yeah.
Like a dirty beard. Like
But I think
I've
he
grown this
had
out for a
fake
couple
hair.
of days. He was so handsome.
You think he had? Maybe he was a beard transplant guy
He definitely had
Maybe.
a hair transplant. He talked about it
on the top of his
on the
head.
top. But I don't know. He's kind of, look at that. Wow.
Yeah, I've done that
Come
one
on.
before. That's the old tractor.
Hey, you got a good beard. You get like nice, thick, cultivatable. You do crop rotation with your facial hair.
The
which
bummer
I
about mine
respect.
is it's all silver right here, so it kind
looks
of
good,
it
though.
has the
Gross.
bald eagle effect. So from a distance, it looks like I'm doing the
Hulk Hogan.
the Cotton Eye Joe looking thing.
Well, this guy was trying to fill in his patchy beard with like mascara.
Yeah.
So he'd grow like patchy beard and try to fill it in with mascara.
So he's like the Hulkster.
Well, I told
Oh,
you.
and
Dyed beard.
The Hollywood Hogan.
Yeah.
See, George Michael has it where where like every single inch is covered, like all the way up to the lip, to this bottom
Yeah.
lip. You see what I'm saying? Like he's got the whoop, and Jeff
Yeah.
had that too. I got the French thing where there's like these spots right here.
Yeah, I got.
So it goes whoop and does
Jeff's
this natural
beard was
little.
awesome.
Jeff's beard was great. Hey, speaking of like,
Well, I told you guys when I had a beard put on at Rizz Show Live last year. I didn't realize because I was like, black dudes always got perfect beards.
yeah,
And I was like, man, they just care more about shaping it up. And I found out that a lot of them are fake. A lot of them are put on.
yeah, a lot of them are put on.
And then I went down a rabbit hole on YouTube of watching black barbers put fake beards on. And I'm like, I'm doing this.
Well,
And I
this
had a
is
great barber here in St. Louis.
These are
hooked me
full on
up.
transplants.
Oh,
In
I
fact, there's a viral thing going around. Look up women's basketball NCAA women's basketball coach hairline. So I guess there are guys that are going bald. I think LeBron did this, and it's almost like a spray on.
Oh, right.
It's almost like a spray on thing to make your hair look fuller.
I remember those infomercials.
Yeah. And the movies that always start, if they start sweating, it starts going down their face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's just hair dye.
Dude, when I did full Jumanji, and that was 6 months in with the beard, I mean, that thing was enormous. I was putting ornaments in it, remember?
Oh, yeah,
I look like a
Yeah, 'cause
totally
it was around
different
Christmas
person.
time, which was great.
People were not recognizing me. Okay, so you're talking about Liberty basketball coach,
Right.
painted on hairline.
Painted on
Oh, yeah.
hairline.
That's
It's like-
LeBron, dude.
Yep.
That's quite common in black culture, though. I don't think
Yeah,
it's
but it
anything
looks
new.
ridiculous.
Well, when it's done poorly,
Look at
it's
that.
gonna
Look at that,
bad.
Len. Look at that.
That looks cool.
It's not
Look
great.
at that. You're not fooling anybody.
Looks
Well,
His character would
I
be
don't know if
called
that's
Dr.
the point
Brain.
to fool anybody. I think you just want it crisp.
Oh man, yeah, that's rough.
Oh, and he looks like a nice man.
Yeah, sure does.
He's got his hairline painted on.
I got a buddy that had the tattoo.
We had his hairline tattooed.
He has the whole thing tattooed. So he shaved his head because I think he's got the George Washington. He's got the donut,
Yeah.
and he did the tattoo where he made a hairline and then filled the whole thing in with dots. So it looks like he's got a full hairline shadow, as if he just
Does it look good?
no guarded.
No, it can't look good.
It looks fine. It looked a little off-putting at first, but as it's faded a bit, it looks. I mean, it looks like, it looks like his hair's growing back, and because he had just picked it or something.
Well, this guy in this article was struggling to have a full beard, so he's filling the beard gaps with mascara. And then he decided he really wanted to take action here. He underwent a beard transplant, and he paid over $6,000 to have 780 hair follicles moved from the back of his head to his face.
Also, they didn't choose any other regions?
Not this time.
Okay.
Good question, though.
Thank you.
From the back of his head to his face. $6,000. And the results, a full, natural-looking beard that has his friends going, man, you pulled it off.
That's great.
You pulled it off. He said he invested in feeling good, and he goes, you can't beat that.
With a
feel
transplant,
good.
does it mean it's going to grow, or is it something you have to be very careful with because it'll fall off eventually, or how's that
I don't know
work?
how that works. I think they surgically.
I think it would be like a Hans Wyman thing, like it grows. I had a guy email me about it when I was
does it
complaining
grow?
in the past.
Don't you have to keep
Because he said that
maintaining?
there's a tonic too. He's like, you can get a facial scrub that like activates your follicles and makes it grow. He's like, you should do that. And I'm like, I'm just weird about putting anything on my face.
Yeah, but if you get a hair transplant, it doesn't grow, does it?
I believe
think
it does.
It does if you maintain.
It
I
does?
think you
Yeah.
got to do something to maintain it.
So they put they're basically putting like active follicles
To root down
to
and grow.
put roots and grow. They're not. It's not like
One and done.
they don't. Just,
I thought it's just like, planting a tree and that's it.
I don't think so. 'Cause
Well, I guess a tree would grow.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
I didn't know that.
let's look it up.
U-Man got a hair transplant. He did Hans Wyman ads for a long time, and so he moved his hair from the back to the front, kind of like Joe Buck did and other people.
Well, Joe
Permanent
Buck
facial
went
hair
for
growth.
the full, like, I'm going under the knife,
7 times or something crazy.
and he almost lost his
Vocals.
career
Right.
Beard
from being
transplants.
intubated.
Yeah, he talked about that.
Well, that's in his book.
Yeah. Beard transplants, known as facial hair transplants, harvest hair follicles from the scalp, typically back or sides, where hair is naturally resistant to balding, and transplants them to the face. Initial shedding, but yes, beard transplants lead to successful permanent facial hair growth.
Whoa.
Dang, that's so
We're
cool.
there, guys.
I wonder if I could do it in the middle of my eyebrow right here.
And then as soon as you don't want a beard, you're like,
Damn it.
golly, what I do
Yeah,
this
but then you
for?
become like a normal person.
I
You
done,
just shave.
I done cursed myself.
But then
Look
you
up-
just shave like a normal person.
Did any of you guys watch Landman?
No,
Yeah.
that's my.
Good show, though.
Look
here.
up the son from Landman. Billy Bob Thornton's son from Landman. I don't know the actor's name, but he has the type of facial hair. In the show, I'm like, dude, it's hard for me to watch it because this guy won't shave. And it's like he has that patchy, like meth head facial hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like that's what I get.
Listen, this is something that's becoming quite popular. $6,000 to have 780 hair follicles moved from the back of his head to his face. Experts are warning, of course, there are quote unquote black market clinics, especially in transplant tourism hotspots like, where's everybody going now?
Turkey.
Turkey.
Oh, yeah. It's where everybody gets their hair extensions, too.
Well, there are videos of flights coming from Turkey going to wherever, and it's all guys on the plane with bandages on their head because they go there for cheap hair transplants.
What?
Wow.
That's awesome.
And there's videos of guys being thrown off the plane going because they're bleeding too much. Like, sir, you're bleeding through your head wrap.
This is what I wanted.
They're saying unqualified technicians
Do
can
I look
cause
cool?
botched results or even long-term damage.
Looks so good.
One heartbreaking case in France involved a man whose poorly performed transplant left him with scars and pain and deep psychological distress. Still, for others, the results could be, life-changing. Their new beard to boost their confidence made them feel more like themselves. I don't know, $6,000 for it's a self-care investment, Rafe.
Yeah.
I mean, $6,000 in Turkey or here?
$6,000. I don't know. This is
$6,000
an English
plus flights.
clinic.
I'm gonna start a Go Beard Me,
Okay.
Go Beard Me account, and let people donate to my beard. And you can pick which part of the face you donate to: sideburns,
Fun.
chin, upper lip. I'm gonna start a Go Beard Me account for, and then I'll go get a beard transplant.
Go get a beard transplant in Turkey.
I don't know. Finding out how curly my hair is, growing it out, I don't know if I want like then I'm gonna grow a beard and it's gonna be all. I try to grow a beard and it's just a big like curly mop, and I'm like, well, that didn't go well. Then now it's like a monkey's paw situation.
Yeah, the
I
cool
don't know,
thing-
I feel like by the time I get a beard transplant, being clean shaven is going to come back. Because you guys you beard boys have had really milked your time in the sun. Because usually it's a trend, right?
Yeah, for sure.
In the 90s, girls were plucking their eyebrows. All the clean shaven boys were in. All the almost what do you call when somebody's you can't tell? Like the models were kind of like
Androgynous.
Androgynous. Thank you very
yes.
much. That was kind of in, and like the clean shaven, like almost looking like hair wouldn't even dare to grow on your face was in the 90s. And then, man, the beards came in the aughts, and
Yeah,
you guys,
dude.
have, you
Like
guys have had a
07?
25-year run.
Yeah. Let's keep it going.
I thought 10 years tops. Beards are in, then they're out.
Beards have had a good run.
That's kind of how it was. I mean, it was the
Me too.
60s, they were clean shaven. 70s and 80s, they had beards. And then 90s, clean shaven.
I'd love a big
So,
Chris
yeah,
Christopherson beard, dude.
A lot
Probably
of
do.
women say that when they're not dealing with it. You would like Tim with a big giant beard?
No, Tim has a great beard. Tim, here's what I don't like. I don't like the in between because it's like, okay, smooth skin, one thing, that's fine, handsome, good beard. Like his gets really thick in the wintertime. Love it because it's soft. But then that in between phase, like if you're kissing your man,
Stubble.
and you get like my whole face will my chin will break out because of the stubble, and so
Yeah,
I
my
hate
wife
that.
hates that.
That's the only thing I hate about it. Otherwise, I'm good.
Nobody's grows faster than Scott's. I mean, Scott will do 3 different versions in a week, and we're not even noticing because we're so used to him changing it up. Yours is the fastest growing of any person's I've ever seen.
That's
'cause I
true. You
almost
shaved
clean
last
shaved.
week.
What was it, like Saturday or something? It already looks like I haven't
Last
done
Friday,
Yeah, you're
did.
never
Last
getting
Friday.
credit because you changed it so much that we've seen you 7 different ways in a month, and it doesn't affect us.
I'm
You guys
just
have to
half
avoid
eight.
6-9ing when you're in the stubble zone.
Yeah,
think
it's
about
awful.
that.
It can be
Off
brutal.
limits.
part
And
of
if
the
it's
ride.
rubbing, if it's hurting your kissing, I can't imagine
Right.
But think
getting
of
inverted.
That also is a deadly weapon whenever you have the stubble.
I would think so.
Part of the ride.
the benefit of not being able to grow hair and then getting a transplant is it'll be perfect lines, and you never really have to do any touch-ups. It'll always look like it's really clean because
Yeah, line
mine,
me
the
up.
hair tries to go up to my eyeballs and down to my neck and everything, but you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. Well, that's for you,
Luckies.
Rafe.
Well, I appreciate that. That is actually useful information. I had a guy from Hans Wyman email me a few months back, and he was telling me about tonics, and he's like, I assume it's like minoxidil or maybe that you just rub on your face, and it'll make your hair grow. And he's like, I would try that before you do a transplant.
Yeah, but you know
I
what,
don't
though?
man, I
I
get weirded out about like just rubbing.
I
like,
just saw something. I think it's
chemicals
John
on my
Leguizamo,
face.
the actor. I think he does, he puts that stuff on his head. And one of the side effects is ED.
Oh.
Dang.
Well, no thanks.
Make your choice.
I'm out.
Whatever he's taken, whatever he's doing for his hair.
What a curse, because you're doing the hair on your face because you want to get more ladies, probably, and then to not
And
be
now
able
your
to have
willy
a
don't
sexual
work.
libido. That sucks.
Yeah. I don't know. Is it worth it? Rub that stuff on your face.
No
I don't.
way.
Is that what it is? Minoxidil?
That sounds right.
Nothing comes for free.
It's like
you know
what
I'm saying?
Rogaine is, right?
Yeah, it was something that he specifically said, like, hey, for me, it's worth it. Full head of hair.
Propecia.
Oh, Propecia.
He's on Propecia. So let's not besmirch the good
Is that the
name
same?
of
Is that the
minoxidil.
same thing?
Actually, it might be. I don't know.
Alopecia is for people with alopecia to grow their hair, right? That's what
I thought it's just to get a thick head of hair.
Yeah.
I don't know what the active ingredient in Propecia is.
Finasteride.
It says minoxidil. There is some studies that have reported a small number of cases of sexual side effects, including ED and
Sexual side effects. I don't know. Is the juice worth the squeeze, guys?
Not for me. I'd rather be.
Go for that.
I'd rather be smooth as a baby's bum and able to have some fun.
All right.
Finasteride.
Finished right. All right, who's
Generic.
next?
I don't know.
Who wants a story next for them?
Me.
Oh, yeah,
All
do
right,
learn.
learn. Just read this. It's about a woman and her pet.
Okay.
And a woman says her rescue dog ate 5 pairs of Skims underwear. And the vet bill is $13,000.
Oh, man. Well, and the Skims are not cheap either. So this woman is. There's a hole in that
What
bank account
would
right now.
you do?
Who rescued who?
Yeah. Well, I mean, my cat's Clover has pica. I think it's called PICA, where she eats fabric.
Yeah.
because she's nervous. And that little cat has gone through. I mean, so many shirts of mine. She'll just, if they're on the floor, she'll just start gnawing on
But
them.
this dog ate 13 pairs of underwear. I'm sorry, 5 pairs of underwear. She rescued this dog back in January. Okay, the woman's 34 years old. She adopted this dog, Terrier mix, from a dog shelter. 3 months later, she came home. She sees the dog lying on top of a dirty clothes pile, and her underwear was missing. So initially hoped, all right, if the dog did eat something, she'll throw it up.
Mm-hmm.
After 24 hours, the dog was sick. So she took the dog to the vet, and they did a scan.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, the skims were in the dog.
The spring line of Skims was in the dog.
Got a whole underwear drawer in there.
Yeah.
Can you just wash them?
It
after
wasn't
comes
whole,
out?
it was skim.
The skims were in the dog's, like, trying to work its way through the intestines.
Oh, my God.
And the vet's like, hey, we got to go in.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to be $13,000.
That's a lot of money.
On a rescue, too.
On a rescue dog, you just got this thing.
Oh, man. I've done this before. Clover ate an O-ring, and I had about it. It wasn't $13,000, but it was about $4,000 for intestinal surgery. I've already done it. You spend that money.
So $4,000, $13,000.
I know.
There is a big difference.
There's a
there.
big difference, but the love is the same. I know I'm a nut.
But how long did you have Clover for?
Not very long. This was probably a year in.
Okay, this is a couple months in. Like, have we? Yeah, I'm sure we've bonded, but you know, we're only bonded what, 2.5, 3 months.
Yeah, I spend money in these types of decisions because I'm like, let's just get through it. Let's go. We'll think about it later.
Oh, yeah, they count on it.
I know.
They should. The
Sadly.
ultimate shakedown, the vet's office.
But this is why you save money and you got emergency funds. And, you know, if you're getting a pet, you're already taking on that responsibility of like whatever
funds,
happened.
$13,000 in the pet emergency fund, huh?
I know that's a lot.
I don't think that's the average human. I don't think people think about that. They should, but they don't.
There's no way this thing's going to pass it? What kind of dog is it?
Fine. Well, she said
be a
this
tiny
dog
one.
had eaten underwear before, but usually she'll throw them up.
Well, also,
But-
what's she doing leaving them out?
That's okay.
Right.
That's
Come
another
on.
story. That she's an idiot. The dog already ate the underwear once. Why would you leave? Why would you chance it again?
Because one of our dogs likes to put holes in socks. She doesn't eat them all the way, so guess what we do?
You don't
put
leave
them
socks
away.
out.
Yeah.
Man, I know certain dogs can pass a lot of weird things. There was the dog that I grew up with was like a greyhound black lab mix, so big old awesome dog, and she was running around the backyard just kind of looking weird, like running weird. And I was like, man, what are you doing? Come over here. And she was kind of looking at her butt, like, man, something's up with my butt, dude. And I took a look, and I was like, what is that? This white thing was hanging
Yep.
out. And I was like, yo, I'm going to go get a glove and see what happens. Got a glove, and I grab it, and I start pulling,
Ugh.
and I kept pulling. and I
That
kept
light bulb
pulling.
from Weekends Only came out.
Dude, it was a
Tuesday, we're
paper towel.
closed.
It was like a wad of paper towels that was like, made into like
Yeah.
a rope, basically. And who knows, something must have been on it. She started chewing it and swallowed the whole thing, and this thing just, toweled up, and I pulled the whole thing out.
Wow.
You gotta be
Dog's
really careful
butthole was
with
like
that,
a
too.
like a towel dispenser.
It was it was like
That's
it
kinda
was
cool.
just like one of those little wet nap dispensers.
Ooh,
And it went,
ooh.
whoop, and I was like,
I hope you wore
"Good
gloves.
gosh."
Did you wear gloves?
Yeah, of course.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna grab that thing.
Yeah, I mean, you got the means to pay. I mean, and this sounds like an average person that maybe doesn't have 13
34
grand.
years old. This is a young person.
Yeah. I mean, I let me say this. I don't think there's a right or wrong way here. It's really what you can handle. I would understand if she had to put the dog down because she just didn't have that money. That's really sad.
It's sad.
It's so sad. But also, like, if you got an animal that eats stuff, like, do better. Like, don't leave your crap around. Like, I have to literally, all my stuff, I just know how Clover is. Anything that dangles, like this shirt I have on today that has, like, little ties, I can't let this be around her because she will just start eating it. So, strings and stuff, we just got to be really cautious. So, yeah, there's not a right or wrong way, but I'm a crazy person and I don't have anybody else to take care of besides
If
my
I had the
stupid
means,
cat.
I would
So
pay.
I would pay too.
Oh, I've gotten shaken down. Bo eats everything.
I would say, hey, can you take 3 pairs of underwear out?
Hey,
Just
can you
leave it
trade me?
at two.
Hey, can you just trade me a dog that's not so stupid while I'm in here?
How much for to take 3 pairs out?
A brain transplant.
While you're in there,
While you're in there,
do
swap
something
it
to his
out.
personality.
Man.
So-
I've had that happen with Bo. He's eaten all kinds of stuff, and he can process. But I mean, he ate when my ex-girlfriend left 26 bags of Christmas gifts on the floor, and he ate 26 bars of 100% dark chocolate.
Oh yeah.
Bo!
And dude, he looked like he was behaving as if he was on crack cocaine. Like, 'cause apparently it's a high stimulant.
It's
and
supposed
they
to
can't,
kill him too.
Their body can't process it, so you have to go in and get like a charcoal. They basically got to get clean pee like a NCAA guy on steroids and get charcoal treatments. And like I took him in, dude, and he was just like, man, it was like the Christmas Vacation, you know, when the cat's in the box. He was like in his carrier, like, oh, hey man, you want to write a script? Hey, we should go to Hollywood, man. And I'm just like, dude, you're coked out of your gourd. He was just bugging out, and it was scary. And they're just like, I took him to like a 24-hour vet place, and which is even worse when you got to go at like midnight. Like, well, now you're getting after-hours care. And they're like, hey, leave him here overnight. It's going to be like $3,000, $3,500.
No
and
way.
he still might die.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm just like, and I was in college. I think I was working at Motomart at this time. I don't even think I had like a bartending job or anything. And I was just like, oh man.
Yeah, we had to take cat the dog to one of those overnight vets once because something was wrong. And this was during the COVID time, and you couldn't go in. So you had to sit in the car.
Oh, no.
And I had to sit in the car and watch everybody leave the clinic with their pet's ashes.
Oh, my God.
Nice.
And they'd walk. I was in like the first spot, and they'd have to walk past me. And I'd go, oh my God!
Can't
think you went to
make
the
it
wrong
anymore?
place.
I would have been crying in my car.
Yeah.
Dude, we're definitely different than my parents. My same dog, that the Greyhound mix, ate a. Remember, I don't know if they make this anymore, but Mrs. Fields or Great American Cookie Company or whatever it was, those big giant cookie cakes. The biggest one you could get was a square. Remember the old Bigfoot pizzas that were like 4 by 3? We had one of those packed with icing for my mother. The whole thing. This dog overnight ate the whole thing.
Now you might be. There's like a. Did it get sick?
Dude, I remember waking up and my mom goes, now listen, dogs aren't supposed to have chocolate. It can kill them. And this dog
Depends
just ate,
on the chocolate.
this dog just
Dark
ate
chocolate
all
is
the
one that's
chocolate in
bad.
Crestwood.
Milk chocolate you can kind of get away with.
And I was like, well, what are we going to do? And she goes,
Depending
well,
on
we're
the
just
amount.
we're
Wait
going
it out.
to stand by and see what happens. And I was
What
like,
happened?
get out of here, dude. Dog was fine. Wow. Dog acted a little funny for maybe an hour or two.
It's-
and
Had
like,
gas.
dog was totally fine.
Yeah, the vet told me it's really dark chocolate.
Oh, okay.
Milk chocolate or like chocolate cake, as long as
At least it's like cut with
it
something.
depends on the dog, but it's like whatever's in dark chocolate, cacao, like the amount of it,
Yeah.
their body can't process it.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it
yeah.
like
A certain
basically
percentage.
poisons
This
their-
dog had a steel
Well-
stomach. But what I'm saying is there wasn't a chance in heck that this dog was getting taken to the vet to see if it
Well, and you got
could survive for $3,000.
right, and now I mean I got an elderly dog now. Like I'd have to weigh that in now. I'm like, he's 18.
$13,000. $13,000.
My parents wouldn't do $1,300 for an animal, but and they're not bad people. I'm not saying they're not like whatever.
There's not a right or wrong. It's just like what you can do. I mean,
Yeah.
that
It's
really
just-
it's individual.
They couldn't have done it.
This is why people won't get pets because they don't
Well,
they don't want to be faced with this decision, which is fine.
Which is fine. You shouldn't have a pet.
Which you
if you're
shouldn't
not
have
ready.
this.
Definitely don't count on your pet to make the right decision.
All right. That's a great point.
There was another time after I spent all that money on the charcoal. Like a month later, I come home and this dude ate a 1-pound bag of gummy worms and a 1-pound bag of tropical fruit Starburst,
Yeah.
and threw up all over the carpet. And he was like on his side. And I came home and he had thrown up all around himself.
Oh.
And I was like, it was like the carpet was rainbow colored. And I
No.
swear I picked the dog up. It was like a chalk outline of a police scene of like his body where he was just like, just throwing up like
Oh my
360.
So
God, why-
perfect for your personality.
And I was
Why
like, you
give
idiot.
the dog the opportunity to? You know the dog eats
Taste
stuff.
the rainbow.
I don't know. We had like it was
Puke the
my
rainbow.
ex-girlfriend worked at a candy store and she just would bring stuff home. And I don't know if she just didn't think.
Like this moron in the story, if the dog is already prone to eating things, don't give the dog an opportunity to eat things.
Right.
Well, she wound up paying the $13,000,
Whoa. And
and the dog is fine.
Oh, good.
The dog is home resting. She has started a GoFundMe to help raise money
Yeah.
for the surgery.
That's okay.
She's also reached out to Skims founder Kim Kardashian.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a smart.
Kim, help. I need underwear. Yes.
help.
I don't know about for help, but for a little financial assistance.
Yeah, why
Well,
not?
why not? That's
Why not?
fine.
I you know what? And people were on. I was reading the comments, and people were giving her crap. Why reach out to her? It's your fault. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah,
See
because it's
if Kim's having a
advertisement
good
for
day.
her.
Exactly.
Why not?
Cheap ads. It's like
She's a billionaire. She can throw a couple hundos.
What if
your
she
way.
throws you a couple bucks?
Yeah, be cool.
Doesn't
I'd love
hurt to
that.
ask.
Man, I have the opposite issue, which is so nice. My dog, Radio, will not eat anything unless it's in her food bowl. She will not even eat the other dog's food that has been sitting there. She was so upset with me because I was late feeding her last night while there was a full bowl of food in the other dog's bowl, but she wouldn't eat it.
Oh yeah, we don't have that. We have that issue where one dog will walk over to the others and you'll catch him. You go, hey,
Yeah,
and then they'll, nope, just kidding.
They don't do that. Like if it's not in her food bowl, she
Just
doesn't
kidding.
eat it. We've left chocolate out on the coffee table that's only like a foot high, and you think like, oh my gosh, that could have been awful, but these dogs don't touch it.
All right, speaking of animals, let's play a little game. I'm going to play you a sound effect. Okay, you tell me if this is an actual animal or a person laughing. Okay?
Okay.
Is it an actual animal or is it a person laughing?
Okay.
What's this?
Learn. That's an animal.
You going to lock that in?
Yeah.
Man.
I think that's a person.
Yeah, it's got to be a person because the way there's like a. Can you play it one more time? There's that little.
I think that's a person laughing at the animal that is making a crazy noise.
I think it's a person laughing at another person who sounds like an animal.
I think it's a person laughing at a goose. It's being a silly goose.
Hey.
That is a person laughing.
Wow.
No way.
I thought it was a goose.
When people
That is
say,
a
I have an
person
annoying
laughing.
Laugh. That's
Now-
It almost sounds like a chicken.
That's a chicken, right?
That's a chicken.
Oh, okay. I was like, are you going to tell me that's somebody laughing?
All right, what about this?
That sounds too consistent to be a
Yeah.
person.
again with the people.
That's a person.
It's a cool car alarm.
That is a person.
Wow.
What the heck, dude?
Like this is like they sound like a donkey. This is a donkey. And this is a person. Okay. What about this one?
That sounds like an old man, but it's probably an animal.
Yeah.
Like a bird.
Yeah,
I
that
think we're
sounds
down
weird.
in the Amazon.
Sounds like my Uncle Fred after you just pulled his finger at Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
laughing at his own joke. But I think that's an animal.
You think that's an animal?
Yeah, I'm going animal.
Animal? Moon?
That
I can
sounds
see
like
the man, though.
Uncle Jerry after a cigarette and somebody said something funny around a campfire.
Exactly.
I'll say person. Just
that
to fool.
is a person.
Ah,
Excellent.
all right.
Excellent job, Moon. They sound like a seagull, right? Like here's a seagull.
Wow.
Oh, you have a video of people.
Have you ever seen this?
No.
Oh, so this French talk show got all these people, like 20 people that had that were known for strange laughs. They got them together, and of course, one starts going, which made the other ones laugh at them, and then it's just a symphony of absurdity.
Unacceptable.
This is awesome.
Il passe au bout du larynx. Et c'est vrai que je dois avoir.
This guy,
Hey, that's a guy?
this guy, when he starts going, it's awful.
Oh my God! Imagine being around those people.
Oh, dude, it gets so much worse when the guy in the gray starts going because his sounds like some strange alarm.
Il y a la poule et la mouette qui s'y mettent.
Hold on, I'll find the.
What's this? What's this one?
That's from that.
That's from that.
Those are people.
That's
people.
from that. Yeah. It is? Yeah.
Oh yeah, here it is. Here's the guy in gray.
J'espère pas. Non.
Oh, that's his.
That's him. Yeah.
Kazoo stuck in his throat. He's not even
He's
making
not even moving.
This is a farm.
Yeah, listen to that one. This is one guy's laugh.
He's got a duck call in his throat or something.
No, it sounds like
What were those little buzzer things that you win at Exhilarama?
Yeah, where you could like blow them in your.
You know those things.
like a kazoo.
No, it's not.
Oh,
it's like
it's one little fan inside.
yeah, it's that guy swallowed one and didn't realize it. He's got one in his sinuses.
Wild.
I'm gonna be doing that all day.
That's a man's laugh.
I know. That's crazy.
One of my best friends growing up laughed. I mean, he sounded like a turkey, dude. It was like a known laugh. He like. And then the more he got it going, we'd be like, he had a stutter when he was a kid. He kind of grew out of it, but I don't know if it was like related, but his laugh was crazy.
Second to none. What about
Crazy.
this? What about this?
Oh, that's a gal. Wow. That's a gal. That's got to be a gal, yeah.
That's a
wild.
person.
Pretty
with,
loud.
And the version with one of these.
That one got you a little bit.
Give me a Coca-Cola. I need to swallow some.
Like somebody who had a tracheotomy?
Yeah, that was a trach. That was a trach laugh.
That was a tracheotomy laugh.
They've never had water in their life.
Very buddy.
That one got you a little bit.
He loves it.
Here we go.
All right, those are all people laughing.
That's wild.
That is
That's
beautiful.
pretty good. Was that Scott's article?
No, that was Learn's article.
Oh, well, I thought that was the cat or the dog eating
That's
the
like
underwear.
a comedian's. If you're taping a special, that's like your worst fear.
A laugh like that in the crowd?
Yeah, if you're paying like 50, 60 grand to tape, like professionally tape a special, and you get a crazy laugher on that show, because I've had some wild ones. I mean, you can't not. It's hard because it's like they're doing the thing you want, but it is distracting.
Like, imagine telling a
Like,
joke
when there's a laugh
and
that
hearing
really-
this,
Yeah.
followed by, followed by.
Yeah, like where's the show? Grant's Farm?
Yeah. Could you imagine trying to keep your
Hello, Grant's Farm.
rhythm or pacing? And if you're taping a
cracking the
special,
camels up.
you're not supposed to, like, you know, theoretically, you're not. If it's a club show, I talk about it. And I'm like, all right, the show's about these people now. But, like, if you're taping, you'd have to just, like, plow through and hope they can
it's
get it
very
in post.
distracting,
Yeah,
taking
it'd be
away from
terrible.
the comic.
Because it's noticeable.
You can't help but focus on the
think it'll
crowd.
enhance.
You get like a hyena laugher in the crowd, you notice.
Oh. Yeah, I guess that's one of the things you got to be careful of. You don't want bachelorette parties, and you don't want crazy laughers.
Yeah, I mean, it is. They usually are having fun, so I do like that part. But
All right, that's Learn's thing. Oh, it was a pet question. What would you do? 13 grand.
Yeah.
$13,000.
Just do what's right for you. No judgment.
Scott,
Yes, sir.
this one's for you.
Already.
Scott, remember last year was part of a world record.
That's right.
Remember that? Went to City Museum. You were part of the crew that put underwear on their head,
Yeah.
and you were part of the world record for people in one spot wearing underwear on their head.
Yeah.
And remember what happened?
It was like was it a month later or 2 months later somewhere? I think Australia, right? Someone, I don't know, they outdid us.
It was less than 4 weeks later.
Australia said,
No, it was in Pasadena.
Or Pasadena was like,
Okay.
Did they publish a book in the meantime?
Oh, good question. Go to a Scholastic Fair to find out.
Who published the book in the meantime?
Guinness.
Oh, okay. Oh, so
You know what I
actually
mean?
put it.
If they got the book
Do
out?
they even put the book out anymore?
They got
It's got to be an
so.
online only thing at this
No,
point.
there's still bookstores.
Yeah, they
It's
got
great
to.
crap to throw at an elementary school, you know?
Oh, it was the best.
Yeah.
I always
I
wanted
used to
it.
buy it every year, the Guinness Book of World Records.
So cool.
Gotta be still going.
But last year on March 14th, 314 Day, 355 good-hearted people went to the City Museum, including our King Scott, to set a world record by wearing underwear on their heads. It was an important step towards world peace, which I thought
Yeah.
Scott did his part.
You did.
Therefore, me knowing Scott, I did my part. And then less than 4 weeks later, the record was smashed when 1,206 losers
Yeah, total
wore
losers.
underwear on their heads
Not even clever.
on the Pasadena set of America's Got Talent. So, Scott,
Yes, sir.
redemption. City Museum is doing it again. April 2nd, they're going to try to set the world record again for underwear on their heads. So I don't know what you got
No,
going on
it's-
April 2nd.
It's people wearing banana hats.
Well, Scott,
Oh. I thought you said
He gets a newsletter, man. You can't.
He's on it.
You can't. Yeah, you
well,
can't. You're not
Julie,
gonna get
our
news.
friend Julie, she sent me a text yesterday telling me about this.
okay, well, it's not going to be underwear this time. It's going to be people wearing the largest gathering of people wearing banana hats.
Yes.
Do you have a banana
hats.
hat?
I'm sure.
I have a hammock.
I'm sure one will be provided.
And if you have a banana, then you have a banana hat.
That's right. Hey, yeah, it's just duct tape and that.
Yeah, if you have access to a grocery store.
Just peel it, plop it on. Now it's a hat.
So I guess this is in honor of the Savannah Bananas coming to town on April 4th and 5th. So at the City Museum, it's going to be hoping to set another headwear-related record. April 2nd, the largest gathering of people wearing banana hats. I tell you what, this Savannah Bananas thing,
It's crazy.
it is crazy. And you know who these guys are.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Harlem Globetrotters of the baseball world, and they are selling out football stadiums.
Yeah, it's TikTok baseball.
Yeah, it was a lottery to get tickets, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, this is way sold out here at Busch.
Yeah, I have, we get asked for concert tickets from family and stuff like that every once in a while, but this one I've had, I think almost everyone in my family and friend group has asked me if I can get tickets for it. I'm like, what the heck?
Hey man, I
Wild.
think it's great because it's getting younger folks into baseball, and if there's anything that baseball needs, it's some sort of injection of life,
Yeah.
of interest.
Sort of.
So do you know who they play all the time? They play a team called the Party Animals. So it's the Savannah Bananas versus their rivals, the Party Animals, on April 4th and 5th. You're not into it, Rafe? I think it's entertaining. I mean, I see the YouTube clips, so that's all I see of it. I don't know how the whole presentation is.
I'm sure it's good. And no, I like it. I just don't know if it's. I'm trying to think if there's a correlation or not. Like, the people that go see the Harlem Globetrotters take an interest in basketball, or is it just the show?
I think
Yeah.
I think a kid, if you're bringing a kid to a Harlem Globetrotters thing at 6 years old, I think that can certainly spark interest in the sport.
Yeah.
Don't you think that would?
Possibly. I don't know.
See, there was a guy that, growing up in Springfield, the MSU Bears, there was a guy that got drafted to the NBA but didn't get really picked up by any team, so he went to the Globetrotters. So when he came to town, it was a big deal. And I remember seeing that, and it just made you fall even more in love with basketball. You're like,
Yeah,
this
it's like-
guy's from Springfield, and he's doing all this
it's
cool
like-
stuff, and he's amazing.
Maybe it's like taking a kid to the zoo and they become interested in being a veterinarian after.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or I remember probably the first time I ever saw anything with a stage was maybe it's like Six Flags or something. They used to have that little theater and they would do like plays or musical shows or something like that. It was maybe a step or two up past the animatronics at Showbiz, but it was pretty much like the first stage thing that I saw. And I'm not saying that got me into music at all, but like there is some sort of direction where you're like, whoa, like you can put on a show up like that. That's really cool. You know what I mean? So they're very, very different, but at least there's some baseball in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And kids aren't getting exposed to baseball.
The clips are great.
Well, and baseball's so boring.
Oh,
Hey.
It is. I know opening day's tomorrow. I'll be down
Oh,
there from
it
11
is.
to 2. It's boring, and it's supposed to be boring. It's a pastime, right? It's America's pastime, and it can be exciting when there's a home run, but really it is a very slow thing to sit through. And if you're a little kid, that sucks. Like, we can deal because we're people watching
Well,
or
the
having
good thing
nachos
about
or
taking a
whatever.
little kid to a baseball game is there is downtime where you could take the kid and walk around the stadium.
Sure.
and you could go get nachos, and you could go get
Dippin' Dots. and all
unlike a
that stuff.
hockey game where you need to sit there.
Yeah.
You're in your seats.
Right.
Baseball game, and there's time to get up, there's time to wander around, and then you're not going to miss anything. And that's what the whole thing with baseball trying to speed up the game over the past couple of years
With the hit clock or whatever.
with the pitch clock. It's like, hey, this is boring.
Yeah.
We need to get this going.
But it's okay. It's boring. It just is.
Listen, it is. Baseball is baseball. So the world record attempt will be from 5:30 to 7:30, again, on April 2nd in the City Museum's Architecture Hall, with the official countdown begin around 6. A representative from Guinness World Records will be there to figure out if a record has been set. Although there is no previous record in the category. So.
Hey. Do you think America's Got Talent's going to steal it again?
Banana hats will be provided, and you could keep them as a commemoration.
No way.
You better get down. When is this? You better get
April
down
2nd.
there. This is next week.
Yeah, this is next week. How much are those? Can somebody go to like StubHub? I want to see how much resale for those Savannah Banana tickets are. Because it's sold out both days, 4th and 5th.
Here we go.
I want to see how much tickets are going for. I mean, I'm sure like good seats are, very expensive. Mm-hmm. But if I want to go sit in the 300s just to watch, I'm going to guess.
All right, give me your guess.
$150.
$150 for the cheap seats, you
For
say?
the cheap seats.
Okay, party animals at Savannah Bananas, St. Louis, Missouri, Busch Stadium. See tickets. Let's see, there's two. There's April 4th and April 5th.
April 4th. So what day?
How many tickets? We'll say one ticket.
One ticket.
Section 441 is the cheapest ticket, and it's $82.
Oh, $82.
Section 437, $93, and quickly goes up from there. 109, 140, 140, 150, 180, 203. So we'll start at 200s, and that is section 153. Where is that? 153. Oh, that's a good seat. That's a good seat.
How much?
$200.
Oh, okay.
So the 200 line starts right around here, like behind home plate.
All right, so
not
down
the green
on the-
seats,
in
but just up.
Yeah.
Dang, $500 for a fake baseball game. That's crazy. I mean,
Behind home plate.
One
That's the
off,
green
though.
seat, though. Do they do the same thing where you get the food and all that?
Oh no, that's one is $2,312.
Everything's made of bananas. That's the food.
Yeah, it's all banana splits. That's it. Well, there you go, Scott. That's maybe Scott will be part of another record. For Moon, I pulled this story. Now you got TSA PreCheck.
Yes, sir.
Does everybody here have TSA PreCheck?
No.
Just had to re-up.
Yeah, I let mine expire, which was disastrous because the line was like 6 months long. And
Is it worth it?
It depends.
Yes.
Is it worth it?
It used to be a yes across the board, and now there are times at our airport and a couple other airports where it takes you just as long. But if you're traveling in any frequency more than once a year, yes, it's worth it.
I have found that it is worth it.
Monumentally worth it. I kind of don't want to admit it because I don't want people to do it.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
This is something I don't feel bad about.
And before we move on with this, Josh, you went to a Savannah Bananas game in Kansas City?
Yeah. I went up there and drove a couple hours.
Was it fun?
Oh, it was a blast. I was not even a kid. I was having fun.
Well, so that's my question now. Is it really a family event like I see it being so successful at, or is it a party? Because a lot of people are saying like, oh no, we're going as a party. We're not taking our kids.
Oh, it's definitely a family event. They definitely cater more towards the kids. As soon as you walk in, they have all sorts of different mini games and many things that they do. They pull kids out of the crowd and do one or two things.
Family friendly.
Oh yeah,
and it's like, did they play a full 9 innings?
I think they play 7.
Okay.
But it's more of a time limit, and they have all sorts of. And I think it's in their banana rules of like how they keep score.
Okay.
Too.
So it's a show. It's a show, basically.
Yeah.
It's definitely a show. There's flips, there's tricks, there's a guy on stilts.
Oh, a man on stilts. Well, thank you, Josh.
Well, that
Very
that
important.
$2,132 for a ticket behind home plate. Give me two.
that increases the strike zone, certainly.
I'm looking at a guy named Alex Ziegler who's balancing a banana on his nose.
Come on.
Yeah. It seemed, the stuff I've watched online is like, I mean, they break out in a choreographed dance.
Right, I've
as
seen
they're
that
pitching.
too.
I don't think it'd be hard to keep a legitimate score going.
These are guys who love to play ball, who obviously went to ninja class. And like, when did this start?
Oh,
How
A
was a
couple years
couple.
ago.
Yeah, married couple.
I'd love to know the idea process of that. We're going to get dudes.
Very successful.
Doing flips.
And this is, I think, the first time they're really touring big places.
Yeah.
The guy that owns it
Very
leans
successful.
in.
Yeah,
I've
leans
seen-
in. He's in the yellow suit. He looks like a peanut, Mr. Peanut or something.
All right, back to TSA PreCheck. Yeah. Is it worth it? A study found it only saves an average of 7 minutes. But they're a hard 7 minutes. So the average person with PreCheck said it takes 36 minutes to get through airport security. That's compared to the 43 minutes for everybody else. That seems like a long time, 36 minutes. I mean, does that include checking your bag? Just getting through TSA feels like, I don't know, it takes more like 5 minutes with PreCheck.
It's not necessarily about just the minutes either. And if you add that up, again, if you're flying more than a couple times a year, you add that up and you're getting an hour or two of your life back. Plus, you're not shoeless. You're not getting patted down as much. You're not taking your belt off and going
That's the
back
big
to the
thing.
thing and all the things. I know that sounds really stupid, and
It does not.
I'm complaining about first world problems.
No, that's a huge thing.
But like,
Shoes on, coat on,
yeah,
computer in bag. You don't have to empty out the contents of anything. Like, you're pre-checked.
Yeah.
They're like, this is a safe flyer. This is someone we're not wildly concerned about. We've done a background check. You put your stuff, you put your bags on the conveyor, you push them through. You don't have to take your jewelry off. You don't have to do any of that annoying stuff. And then you leave your boots on, you walk through the thing, and you're gone. I've never, knock on wood, never have I been close to 36 minutes.
Neither have I.
TSA.
And I'm not sure they're including the checking your bag thing because, again, with the PreCheck, it seems like it's like a 5 minute right through.
That might be from drop off to gate. The average is 36 minutes of drop off, grab your bag out of the Uber, get through TSA, finding your gate, all that. But
I looked up the numbers. So, on average, how long do you think it takes to get through TSA security at Lambert
at Lambert,
without PreCheck?
just to get through that, I would say 17 minutes.
Average 15 to 25 minutes.
Nice.
Now, obviously,
I've done this a time or two.
however, wait times vary based on the time of day. Like if you're going in the morning between 5 a.m. and 9 a.m., it's going to take you 20 to 30 minutes. Midday, 10 to 15. Evenings, 15 to 20.
I've flown on the rush a time or two, and you know where I've been stuck the longest, the most, is actually Terminal 2 in Southwest, which is typically the fastest. If it's not rush hour, that's the quickest. But if it is rush hour, that can clog so quickly.
Well, if you got PreCheck, the average is under 5 minutes.
Dang.
Yeah, depending
At Lambert.
depending on the
Yeah,
time.
it's-
I've got it all. I said, you know what? I'm going to give myself every single opportunity. I have every single fast pass thing that you can.
Well, you got
have.
the clear?
I got clear. I got global entry. I got pre-check. I got pre-check.
What's
I
the
got
difference?
the whole thing.
What's clear?
Clear is a
a
separate
private-
company.
It annoys me.
It's a private company that has done a deal with these places where they basically have an agent that will take you to the front of the line. So
When they cut me on TSA, I get quietly incredulous.
Yeah.
Just like, oh,
Oh, we got a clear person coming through, huh?
wow.
yep, special
Didn't
person.
realize Scientology.
Yeah, I always thought it was a Scientology
You've gone
thing.
clear, so you
Oh,
get to go in front of me.
Scientology.
Yeah,
I
special
thought I
person.
paid to cut the line, but now there's a faster fast pass.
No, it's another company that's selling all my data and all that kind of stuff, and I'm typically against that stuff. But I get so angry at airports that I'm just like, I want to reduce my non-chill zone. So I sold out. I'm a total sellout.
Which clear is not at every airport.
No, but I have clear. I have pre-check clear, so it doubles the quickness, and that has its own thing. Depending on the airport, that has its own line sometimes that you have to find.
Right. Yeah, we got global entry and we got the which
got it.
comes with the pre-check.
If you select it, not everybody does.
Why would you not select it?
Dude, listen, don't get me started. We're gonna my wife's gonna call in.
Oh no!
She's got pre-check without the global entry, and it drives me insane. I want to. I forget when we were coming back from
What's
Italy or
global
someplace.
entry get you?
Global entry is fast pass basically
Back
in
into the
customs
country.
when you come back to the U.S.
When you come back to the U.S., instead of waiting in that customs line, if
Which
you got
is-
global entry.
which is the real horror.
If I have that.
The custom line.
The custom line to get back into the U.S.
What
horrible.
a joke, dude. What a joke.
That line will be sometimes an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah.
2
Like
hours,
Heathrow
depending on where
or
you're coming
something like
from. But coming back, no, this is coming back into
That's what I'm
the
saying.
States,
If you're coming,
where they have a separate global entry line.
Yeah,
Where,
right.
where you go,
I mean, it is. Talk about a fast pass. You were cutting down an hour at the minimum immediately with the global
Wonderful.
entry.
They just walk you to the front.
But I'm the guy.
there's a separate
no,
line.
It's a separate
That
line. You
is
go through,
nice.
like it scans your thing, and then you just go. You don't have to deal with anything.
You scan your
anymore.
face, and then it's like, you're good. Welcome home.
And I'm the guy
Give me
that
that.
I'm the guy that like I look at it and I pout and a tear comes down and I stay with my wife and I stay in the customs line and I grumble about how come you didn't do this? You had
You're a good husband,
You
'cause
had
I'd
a
be
year
like,
to do
"See
this.
ya."
On the other side.
See you at home.
I'd be at an Einstein's Bagels so fast.
I know. And she's offered. She's like, well, you can go and go get us a coffee or whatever, but I can't do it. I feel like I would be a bad person.
Well, TSA PreCheck, is it worth it? I think yes. And this whole article said, people with the PreCheck also do get to the airport just as early. But PreCheck makes the whole experience a lot less stressful.
Yeah, and it's not a crazy amount of money.
No.
It's like $80 to $100 for 5 years. If you fly a few times a year, you're
Worth it.
basically paying a couple bucks to skip the line per flight. It's not a crazy amount of, but I mean, don't do it.
And I told you a couple. What did I tell you? Because you and I have been talking about PreCheck forever. That Mid America St. Louis Airport, it's like you got PreCheck for the whole thing. I mean,
It has
Yeah,
saved
nobody's
me.
there.
yeah, it's
Because
freaking.
nobody's there.
It's freaking incredible. It's like a private airport. I felt like I was rich. I got my own private plane and private terminal. It is
It's-
amazing.
It saved me a couple times when, like, early morning flights after doing a club on a Saturday night and being out till like 1 a.m. and then having to get up at 5 and go catch the early flight because it was the cheapest. And you get there and it's like, holy smokes, it's 5 a.m. at LaGuardia. And this line is like a mile long, and then I'm through in like 5 minutes.
Well, unless you like the
And I
618.
get to my flight because I didn't get there early enough.
The PreCheck, you mean?
Oh, yeah.
The 618, it's like, I love getting patted down. So, yeah, then by all means, don't get it.
Yeah.
Some people love it.
Hey, start screaming, keywords and see what happens.
Oh, I got a Friday fail story about a woman who was screwing around on the TSA line, making making jokes about
saying the
certain
keywords?
items that are in her bag, and
Oh, no.
keywords that'll get you arrested.
Yeah, there are pat down codes.
Now this. All right, today's Team Rizz Remember the Day is brought to us by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, the official sports bar of the Rizz Show and home to St. Louis sports fans since 1990. From O'Fallon, John J.J. Braden is our Team Rizz Remember the Day. John J.J. Braden from O'Fallon Mo. In case you're wondering, he has been a day one Rizz Show listener, loves everything the show stands for, loves Matchup with Moon because of his insatiable appetite for all things hilarious and ridiculousness. Loves the mixture of the personalities on the show and, how well we all blend together. One of John's prized possessions is a purple motorcycle helmet that he won at a Rizz Show event featuring signatures of the show, including Jeff's. And he hopes to meet us again very soon at a future Rizz Show event. John J.D. Braden from O'Fallon Mo is our Team Rizz Remember the Day. Get super sweet Team Rizz Remember the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. All right, we'll take our first break of the morning. We'll come back with crap on celebrities. It is 7:15. It is Wednesday. Traffic and weather. A Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We have delays. 55 northbound between Rivas Barracks Road and Germania. Average speed about 15 miles an hour. Your point forecast today, mostly sunny, high of 66. Right now it is 41 at the Point Studio.
All right, Lauren, what do we got?
Dee Snyder says, we're not going to take it, Kiss. Corey Feldman's in the news. Gwen and Blake, what's going on? Will Smith, what's up? And Suzanne Summers is back from the dead, and it's super weird.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We'll talk to MMA fighter Adam Sella. Also, Napster. Remember Napster?
Yes, of
That
course.
just sold. Somebody bought Napster. I'll tell you for how much. And 133 million people watched Kendrick Lamar do the halftime show. How many FCC complaints were filed?
Oh.
We'll chop it up next. Stay there.
Well, gentlemen, we will see you in St. Louis on Sunday. We are so excited to have Point Fest back and to have you guys be a part of it. But I want to kind of talk about this from a couple of different angles, all right? First and foremost, the crew that you have working with you in the Seether camp, I'm sure is scaled down because of, the craziness that is the pandemic. But can you talk about like sort of what the crew is doing now, added responsibility that they weren't doing before to keep you guys safe for all these shows, just so you can play them?
Go ahead, Johnny.
Actually, for us, our little world, obviously, venues will have different rules, mask mandates backstage. Our crew, we still have a full crew.
Fire in Belleville. So I'm going to be celebrating my birthday this Friday from 10 to 2, and I picked Copper Fire because I've had such great times there. So I thought, what better place to welcome 40 than this fantastic eatery and bar in the heart of Bell Vegas. I love it. My band plays there a lot. I've seen a lot of bands play. I've been there for their brunch on the weekends. I've been there for drinks and, Saturday nights and taking in live music. And they always got something going on. Happy hour from 4 to 7, Wednesday through Friday. Today is Wednesday. They got the Wine and Wing Wednesday specials and a new menu for 2025. So if you've been there before, it's been a while, you want to come on back and see what Renee and Mark have added to the menu and the vibe, please do. It's right there on the main drag of Belleville. And new that maybe people don't realize is this upstairs portion of the bar is an event space for private parties, like a wedding shower, baby shower, surprise party, etc. So it really does have something for everybody. Find them online and on Facebook and Instagram and all that good stuff at The Copper Fire.
Hey, it's Jeff backstage at Wayback Point Fest in freaking living color. Look at those guys. They're right there. Thank you guys for taking the time to do this. Much appreciated. Let's get this out of the way. I have an amazing story about, and I just told this on the show. I do the morning show. I'm part of the morning show on The Point. A million years ago when you guys were on a tour opening with Rolling Stones. Yeah. Or for Rolling Stones, whatever. Are they closed for you guys is the way I look at it. You guys did the stop at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Yes. 1990, whatever it was, or 80, whatever 89. It was. 89. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm 52. I'm right there. Okay. Right. So my dad was a huge fan of the Rolling Stones. Right. Not in great health at the time. Wasn't walking very well. So I drove him because I'm a fan of you guys, and I was a fan of Rolling Stones because I had to be. And we roll up in his truck, and I let him out at the curb so he can walk in and find his seats. Right. And while I park his truck. He gets out, and you guys are already on. And he goes, "What the hell is that god-awful noise like that?" And I was like, "Dad, that's the opening band. It's Living Color. That's the band I was telling you about." He walks in, and I park the truck, and by the time he is this, like this. Rocking out. The dude would be 70-something right now if he was still with us. And he found dudes that he graduated high school with. And the last time he saw those people, they were listening to the Rolling Stones, smoking pot, and that's what they were doing. Wow. So because of you guys, I had this amazing,
It's time to tap into your home equity line of credit and reach out to First Community and do something big. You've been wanting to upgrade your house for a long time now, and it's getting warmer out there, and I'm sure you're picturing yourself with that nice new deck or maybe a swimming pool, or heck, maybe you want to redo your kitchen, or maybe you just want to go on a vacation of a lifetime. Well, reach out to First Community and open up that equity in your home and take advantage of that line of credit right now. And because right now, First Community, they're offering you the first line home equity loan for an amazing introductory rate of just 4.99% for the first 12 months. And the current rate on this loan is 8.24%, but you don't have to pay that for a full year. And that's even way cheaper than most credit cards if you're going to do this on your own. So reach out to First Community and do it the right way, because there's no closing costs, no application fee. So you're saving a ton of money right there. And it's an incredible rate. And this offer is extended now to May 31st. So check it out at First Community. You can swing by any of their more than 40 locations throughout the area, or just go to firstcommunity.com. Go to firstcommunity.com.
All right, backstage at our big, gigantic ho-ho show with Angels and Airwaves. Mr. Tom DeLong, how are you, man? It's great to see you.
I am good, and I just realized you have a kick-ass camera right there. This is like IMAX level shit you're doing.
We try not to mess around, Tom.
You don't fuck around. This is like real interview. This is like
the bad part is though with that fancy camera, it really pinpoints the ugliness.
Boogers and like
I mean anything, man, like crazy hairs, anything. It really blows it out.
You know
of
what's
proportion.
funny about that? I was just walking down the stairs, and Alon, my drummer, goes, "Wait a second, I had one. I was like one hair was longer," and he went up to my face and we got it out. One hair, and you just mentioned hairs.
Dude,
that was kind of funny.
You know what the worst part? I don't know how old you are, Tom, but I think we're probably
22.
pretty close. All right, well then we're not. I'm 43.
I'm 44.
All right.
You didn't believe me.
Well, no, I didn't.
Okay,
I
thank
knew
God.
we were in the ballpark. Yeah,
Okay, fair
no. What bothers me about getting older is how rapidly my ear hair grows.
I've noticed every once in a while, like there'd be like a random hair, and you're like, "What the fuck? Where did that shit come from?"
I just trimmed this yesterday, and now I can't hear because there's so much stuff
See,
going on.
women think they have it bad because of like childbirth, but no, men have it really, really bad.
I
They have
don't-
things like that.
Yeah. I don't know that that's the road we go down.
Yeah, no. Right now, there's women over there going, "We will kill you."
Right now. While you sleep. Real quickly, because I know we don't have a ton of time. Tom, when you first, way back in the day, when you first started talking about like the alien stuff, the UFO things, I thought, it's very good, and I'm going to be very honest with you, it's good everybody has a hobby. You know what I'm saying? But I did not necessarily firmly line up with you on a lot of those things.
Sure. Yeah.
Over the years, you have been proven incredibly right about a lot of things, and there's got to be a lot of people like me, and you have to know that. Is there any sense of like sort of vindication in that?
In all seriousness, vindication's not the word I would use. I've been briefed on things that are really scary, unnerving, and frankly, really hard to digest. And I knew that I would take all the arrows and bullets for a few years until all the guys I was working with from these various places, like the Department of Defense and the Central Intelligence Agency and so on, I knew that until they could come forward, I would be getting a lot of those rocks thrown at me, and they would think I was crazy or this or that. But the whole time I was like, people can do that, but they don't know what I know. They haven't been in the conversations and the briefings that I've been in.
Yeah.
And once
Time of year, engagement season. Yes, love is in the air. Can you feel it? I could feel it. It's palpable.
I can feel it. It's a good feeling.
Yeah, good feeling. Well, you want good feelings, and you want to start the rest of your life with the person you love. You want to start on a good, solid foundation, and that starts with a good, solid foundation of a ring, an engagement ring, not garbage. Put in some effort, guys. Go to More Choice Jewelry.
That's what I'm talking about, and I've been saying that too. You want to feel good as the purchaser, and you're not going to feel any better with a jewelry purchase than when you go to Morris Royce, because you know that you've talked to the experts. They're not working on commission. Their whole goal is to make sure that you are as happy as possible. You get the most for your budget, whatever that budget may be. So you are, there for life, and that's what we are, man. I will never purchase a piece of jewelry from anywhere else.
No, you're a smart person.
I'm a smart
That's why.
person.
You're not going to Temu.
Thank you for saying that, Riz. I appreciate
Just
that.
Put that in your pocket.
You're a smart person as well.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Well, listen, smart people know. They've been around for 40 years. Moritz Royce Jewelry. Go to ninjabling.com, get the phone number, get the address, make an appointment. They're the exclusive jeweler of the Rizz Show, Moritz Royce Jewelry, where you get the jewels and not the shaft.
All right, King Scott's official bucket list. Now, for those of you that haven't been listening, we have compiled a list. We talked about it several times. And we have a new competition coming up with punishments. I know everybody's been clamoring for that. That's coming. We're going to announce that in a week or so.
We'll announce the Rizz Olympics.
The Rizz Olympics, there's going to be a set of events, and the loser is going to have hell to pay. But on the flip side of that coin, because we do love each other, and we do, believe it or not, behind the scenes, there's a lot of positivity on this show. The flip coin is we got a lot of stuff we can help each other accomplish, too.
Yeah, let's
help
lift each other up,
achieve our
guys.
dreams.
Come on.
Let's lift each other up and then break each other down.
Yes.
That is.
Program phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Coleman's Campers text line. 314-649-DUMB. Emails Rizz at 1057thepoint.com. Throw us an instant feedback message through the 1057 The Point mobile app. And without further ado, joining us on the old hotline, a talented mixed martial artist. You know him from season 17 of The Ultimate Fighter, St. Louis's own, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Sella joins us on the phone.
Good morning.
What an intro, huh? What?
Yeah,
intro.
you oversold that one, but thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, I was going to add more.
Oh, yeah. Don't let me stop you. Go ahead.
A fighter who's made waves in the MMA world, where he has showcased his skills and determination inside the octagon and outside the octagon. I don't know. I could go on and lie and stuff like that. I don't know. But listen, Adam, we have you on the phone for one specific reason.
Yes.
But not just to hear your beautiful, beautiful voice, but to dispel the rumor that a boxer or a mixed martial artist has to get their hands registered with the state because they are considered lethal weapons.
Yes.
Is there any validity to that at all?
And to preface this, I texted you yesterday, and I said we had multiple firsthand accounts of people emailing, calling the show, Taekwondo specifically,
Lethal.
Judo specifically, saying they had to sign a certificate with the county of St. Louis that they are registered weapons.
Registering
Their
your
hands
hands.
are registered weapons.
Lethal.
So-
Lethal accounts.
Lethal.
Yeah, so just so we are clear, everyone that has two sets of hands, because you can strangle someone.
Yeah.
I mean, you can kill someone, but there is no law saying you need to register your hands as a deadly weapon if you are a professional fighter, even as an amateur fighter, nothing like that. I think we've heard that forever. So I was in a professional kickboxing league with, and the owner of that was a guy named Chuck Norris. Some of you guys might know him.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Never heard of him.
well, he's a Walker, Texas Ranger, maybe.
Oh,
but
that guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Chuck Norris, is he good?
So he honestly, he's probably good at karate. I don't know karate to me. So, and people are gonna get mad at me for this, but Taekwondo, karate, all that stuff's really good if you do Taekwondo and you do karate. Okay, it's a certain sport. It's like saying you play professional baseball. That means you're gonna be good at basketball. This is not the same.
Right.
But as far as real life stuff goes, no, you're not. You don't have to register your hands as any registered weapon. I think the myth, though, I think it came from, like I was saying, the Chuck Norris stuff. How you see all those Chuck Norris facts.
Right.
But back in the day, there was a boxer named Joe Louis who walked to either the weigh-ins or a press conference, and he brought police with him. And when they said, "Why do you have police with you?" and he said, "Because these hands are registered deadly weapons." And I think that's where the actual, the idea came from.
Because I've heard about this since I was a kid, and listen,
Yeah.
Joe Louis is a old time fighter.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's where it all started, like the urban legend of a boxer having to register his hands. Although now, Adam, let me ask you this question. So let's say I were to get into a bar fight and hurt somebody. Let's say you were to get into a bar fight and hurt somebody. Being that I am not skilled in any way, would your punishment be worse because you are a skilled fighter, somebody who is trained?
So here's the only thing I have on that is it's an idea, right? It's a theory. If you and I are at a bar and you start the fight with me and I defend myself, and let's say I punch you in the face one time and you fall, and nothing else happens, I'm not in trouble. You're probably going to look like a fool, and that's kind of that, right? As long as you don't get hurt. Mm-hmm. Now, if we switch the roles around and I instigate the fight and then I punch you and you fall down, then I will probably get in a bit of a pickle, as they say. Now, if I hit you, you fall down, and I get on top of you and just beat the hell out of you, then that's
assault,
where
right? Go on.
Yes, but that is where it turns into well, you are trained and you should know that the quote unquote the fight's over. You need to stop, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the only I say loophole in the rule, but it's at the same time.
That's a judge's discretion, right? Like
yeah. Like if Rafe and I are at the bar and obviously we don't drink, so we're sober as it gets. We have clear heads. We should know, hey, the situation is done, right? Now, Rafe's a little bit different than me in the sense of that I do have a history that you can kind of Google and see things. So I would get in more trouble than he would as far as everything I've understand. And I train with a lot of police officers in jiu-jitsu, and they've all kind of, as far as they know, said the same thing, but that kind of gets down to the legal side of things.
Well, and that's my question. Me hitting somebody is way different than you hitting somebody.
But not,
I hope so.
But not in the eyes of the law, just in the eyes of the judge. It's
100% in the eyes of the law, no. But
there's no preventative measure. There's no. You can't go. Well, Judge, I tried. I went down to the courthouse and I tried to register these hands, dude. Rated E for everybody. And rated E for everyone, Your Honor. What? There's no such thing as that. That is someone signed a certificate like they printed off at the dentist's office.
Yeah, so that's
number one patient.
Yeah, Rafe, like we said yesterday, that reminds me of the guy in Napoleon Dynamite that's got the American flag pants on, the bandana. He's always wearing. He's always wearing shaded glasses, and he's just like, I could kill you in 3 minutes.
Well, well, let me ask you. So you made it very far in the MMA world. How did you start, Adam? Like, what was the first thing? I mean, did you take like strip ball karate?
No, so. Really, when I got out of high school, we all get kind of fat. I got fat, and I was never athletic in my life. And I was like, you know what, the UFC was getting kind of cool, and I was like, you know what, I want to try it. So I went and watched a local fight, found the main event fighter, and I was like, dude, you're awesome. It was just like looking at Steven Seagal or something, and then went to the gym where he was at. Excuse me. I started kickboxing, and it turns out that I do have a skill, and it is being stupid tough, right? I got beat from corner to corner by my training partners, but then it turns out I learned how to fight at that point. So, 6 months training, started kickboxing, had my first fight, and, had 100-something kickboxing matches, boxing matches, and then went into the world of mixed martial arts, and that was where all the fun stuff really happened.
What do people in the MMA world think of Steven Seagal, who is a 5th degree black belt in Aikido?
How do you say? He also apparently forgets the English language, and when he's in New Orleans, he speaks with the patois.
because I want to know about the disciplines. Because somebody brought up judo yesterday, and then somebody who's in the Taekwondo world made fun of the judo guy.
I think Taekwondo guy has no room to make fun of judo guy.
No. Taekwondo guy. So Taekwondo, just so you guys know, like they have a little bit of hands. They're more of a kicking discipline.
Would you say it's the equivalent of breakdance fighting?
No, because that's more like capoeira. I would say Taekwondo is more of I'm going to break pre-broken wood with my foot to look cool for my kids.
Okay.
Is what that is.
No way.
But I will say, if you are there, so I just to kind of go back, there are a few Taekwondo guys or karate guys who have made it in the world of mixed martial arts. Like there's a guy named Stephen Thompson, Raymond Daniels. MVP is pretty famous right now in the UFC. 3 out of 10 million. You know what I mean? Whatever.
No, that's fine.
But as far as Steven Seagal, man, he's a novelty. Like he's I don't say he's a joke, but he's kind of a joke. Like I only liked him in there was a movie, Under Siege. That's the only movie I liked him in. And I only liked the movie because
too.
Yeah.
I only liked
that was a pivotal
1.
booby scene for all children growing up in the 90s.
You know exactly where I'm going. It showed the girl getting out of a cake.
This
that was
July,
the only
1989. I know exactly what you're talking about. She wound up being on Baywatch. Not like.
Oh yeah, my brother's like, why is this movie always on this spot? And I was like, guys, rewind it 30 seconds. You're gonna love it.
But his discipline is Aikido.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know what that is.
Honestly, it's like a self-defense martial arts. Now there is a place for it, just in real life. So to be super honest, the only thing in real life that's going to really, really help, everything's going to help you, but what's going to really defend things is jiu-jitsu, man, because it's I can choke you with your own shirt. It's if someone comes up and grabs you, and it's not a grab my wrist. No, my other wrist. No, your other wrist with my hand. Like that thing. It's not that. It's you can grab me and I can break your appendages, put you to sleep with your own clothes or really at any point. You know what I mean? So that's wrestling and jiu-jitsu are the two things that I think are most pivotal for like real life situations. Also, it doesn't hurt if you know how to box a little bit.
What about Krav Maga?
So Krav Maga, so that's a good thing. There's a guy that owns a gym called Extreme Krav Maga in Fenton. His name's Steve.
Yeah.
I've been training in his gym for, I go train with a buddy of mine who's another former UFC guy named Jake Heck. Him and I will roll once or twice a week. And that is like the real life, I'm going to rip your eyes out thing. Like that would, I think that would send you to jail. Like no matter if you have registered deadly hands or not, because it's, so, but that's all, that's the, if you get on top of me, I'm putting my thumb in your eyeball until it can't go any further, and the eyeball's coming home with me type stuff.
Oh.
It's fun.
Class. Oh, you've done Krav Maga?
I have. Yeah. Like there was a place in Fenton, and I went, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
She's a registered weapon. Spider monkey.
Same place. I was going to say, well, she took a class. Why'd you guys call me? Just ask her.
Yeah, dude.
I know. I didn't
You know what? And Adam, I took judo, like one semester of judo at SWIC, and it was so much damn fun. And I want to go back and do it because, especially for women, like it's a great self-defense to learn.
So judo's fun if you're doing judo.
Yeah.
It's cool because you learn how to, pick people up and you throw them and you can do all sorts of crazy things. But it's fun to do if you're doing judo. If you're wanting to do like self-defense stuff, I cannot advise jiu-jitsu more than anything.
You have a jiu-jitsu gym by your house, but one of the Gracie the Gracie jiu-jitsu places
right
by
there
your
on
house.
Manchester.
Yeah.
I know. I need to get back into it because it's a lot of fun. Like all of it's fun, and it's. I mean, women need to know how to defend themselves. And I'm little. I'm like 5'3", so Rafe's right. Like it is a spider monkey skill.
Yeah.
So,
get on there and choke somebody out with their own shirt while you're screaming, "I'm an Aries." You done messed up. And also, like, I would agree, man. Like, just from my experience in the bars, which is limited, you don't fight a guy with cauliflower ear. Like wrestling, one-on-one wrestling, jiu-jitsu. Now, if it's a brawl, I feel like jiu-jitsu is a disadvantage because once you're locked on to one person, you can get the hell beat out of you by all of his buddies. Would you agree with that, or do you think it's still the number one?
I would agree with that. In that case, the best discipline is track and field because you turn around and you run.
Yeah, there you go. Good advice.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Adam, you got something coming up at Red Flag in May. If you want to give a little plug for that.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Yeah, May the 10th. I do. I put on professional jiu-jitsu events. It's at Red Flag down on Locust Street this year. Tickets are at nitrottickets.com/CXBJJ. And, man, it's our 5th show. Rafe went to I think he was at the 1st or 2nd one.
Yeah,
and
awesome.
we sell them out every time. It's a great atmosphere. It's an awesome vibe. And if you guys ever want to come down, you know what? I'll be nice. I'll give you guys free tickets, VIP box,
no plus ones.
No plus ones.
Yeah, you can only bring yourself, please.
You have to fight. The only rule at Red Flag is you have to
fight your way out. That's what it is.
No, it's a great event. It's fun, and the cool thing this time is, and Learn, I hope you like this. The main event, I found the 2 best women jiu-jitsu practitioners I could.
That's great.
And they are the main event this time. And they're both highly decorated, so it's going to be awesome.
Cat fight.
So it's May 10th over at Red Flag. We'll put all the information on.
It's all ages, right, Adam?
Yeah, all ages, and I do that because I have a lot of. So I coach.
That was something I liked about it. It was cool. It was like seeing little kids get to compete in front of a big crowd and jiu-jitsu.
And so the thing that I really like is I do coach a youth wrestling program called the Fox Jag Warriors down in Imperial, and that's become one of my absolute favorite things in the world to do. Like when a kid comes up to you and hugs you after a match because they didn't believe in themselves, but you believed in them, and then they won. I'm getting goosebumps. You guys can't see me, but I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. It just changes you. So what I wanted to do was have an event that my kid could come watch if I was going to compete. I do compete a little bit here or there. Mostly I don't really do the ones here because I got other things to do. But I want the kids to come over to watch, and then I know that a lot of these other guys have students that look up to them the exact same way. And I want their kids to come watch. Oh, in jiu-jitsu, your coach is called your professor. They're like, oh, I want to watch my professor, blah, blah, blah. And that's always, it's always the coolest thing to see those kids looking up to people that are my peers, like they're like Steven Seagal or Chuck Norris or Rafe Williams or someone famous like that.
Yeah, I love that. Let's get that started. Let's get that.
Chuck Norris, Steven Seagal, and Rafe Williams.
Synonymous.
That's right,
Pretty synonymous, honestly.
The Holy Trinity right there. That's amazing.
The Mount Rushmore, if you would.
Yeah. I
Awesomeness.
teach swamp justice. It's a
different discipline.
It's a very different discipline. It's a lot of beer bottle swinging and running.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
All right. Well, listen, Adam, I appreciate you taking the time out to clear up the whole registering your hands thing.
Thanks, dude.
And, yeah, man, if we got MMA questions, we're coming to you.
Hey, my line is always open, except after 8:30 p.m. I got to get in bed.
All right, there you go. The great Adam Sella, everybody. Thanks, dude. Talk to you later. Well, there he is. Cleared it up.
I think my opinion has solidified that those that believe that after they take a class they have to register their hands as lethal weapons should continue to believe that. Yeah. Right? Because they're probably the people that shouldn't be fighting.
Listen, again, I heard that when I was a kid.
Let's let them have whatever deterrent they need in their head.
But they are the people also probably out starting the fight.
Right, exactly.
But that's my point.
People that think that are like, these are registered weapons. but let's get down to Chili's.
That's my point. I want them to have any deterrent in their own mind.
Look out, patios.
Here I come. Here comes a weapon.
Should I call ahead? Because there's 2 registered weapons going to be there.
You might want to wave the wand around these paws and see if they go off because they are registered weapons.
Excuse me, bartender. I'm a lethal weapon.
Are these allowed through TSA? Anyway.
Don't overserve me.
Anyway.
So thanks to everybody that called in yesterday with their firsthand experience. That was clearly not true. Okay. We appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks.
But it is for you.
It is for you.
It's
in
true
your
for
world.
you.
In your world. That's
a real certificate hanging on your wall.
It's fine.
Don't cause no trouble.
Hey, did you guys know that Napster's still around?
No, I had no idea.
Napster is still around. And it just sold.
Wasn't Sean
Fanning?
Sean Fanning. Yeah, wasn't he working for not Spotify or somebody? But, I mean.
Well, okay, so Napster is still around. It's like Spotify or Apple Music, but not as popular. Their big selling point is the audio is less compressed, so people who want good sound, like good sound quality, prefer Napster.
Isn't that phenomenal? Isn't it amazing how it can flip like that? Like we're looking to Napster for quality.
Yeah.
For quality.
So a metaverse company called Infinite Reality just bought it. And they say they plan to transform Napster into a social and interactive music platform, or basically virtual concerts. Like you buy tickets like normal, you use a VR headset to watch artists perform in more intimate settings.
It would be amazing justice if it took off and did really well, and they paid the artist better than. Well, you can't pay any worse than Spotify. Wouldn't that be amazing, though?
Well, that would be.
Well,
if Napster became some sort of monthly thing, a subscription-based thing that actually served the artist in a fair and even way.
So they're looking to do concerts with this thing in the metaverse. And they say, quote, imagine stepping into a virtual venue to watch an exclusive show with friends or chat with your favorite artist in their own virtual hangout. They even say you'll be able to buy merch.
Cool.
While you're at this thing. So Napster obviously hit with the college kids when it's launched in 1999 because you could download music for free. It eventually got shut down in 2001. Relaunched as a paid service and then went bankrupt. Best Buy bought it in 2008. And it's been sold a couple times since then.
Best Buy bought Napster?
In 2008. It just sold for $207 million.
Whoa. Wow. Dang. Gosh, but that guy's hyped.
Sean Fanning don't own it.
Oh. Is he the one that sold his Napster to Best Buy? Or
he went bankrupt, so I don't know what his situation was.
Yikes. Okay.
And this is funny that it's coupling with the metaverse because it's Zuck, right? And his history with that Sean guy.
Metaverse
company.
Meta is Zucker.
Oh, what? I thought the metaverse was his world that he made.
I think the metaverse is just a term for.
Well, you said Meta something. It was a European company. Is that what you said?
Infinite Reality is the company that bought it.
Infinite Reality.
The metaverse.
The metaverse. Oh, I thought we thought that was just Mark Zuckerberg's imaginary land that we all could move to.
Meta is his company.
Back in the aughts, I forget what year this was, but we did a couple live concerts. I'm pretty sure it was only based in L.A., but they had big giant cameras. And I think it was Yahoo, either Yahoo or AOL. I know we did AOL sessions, but I think Yahoo was trying to do live concert streaming. And that's what it sounds like this might be. And I know they tried to do it with the
Well, they want to do it
headsets.
with the VR headset where you actually could be
Right.
in a place and see and interact with
concert.
the artists.
Instead of watching it on YouTube with horribly compressed sound. And
Right. Well,
I mean,
even
it sounds
Sevenfold
like-
just did this. They just did a concert film for something like this.
Right.
So I
This
think
would be
more artists are
live.
doing it.
This
Yeah.
would be live. So
That's
it
neat.
sounds like a cool idea. I don't know when they plan on actually rolling it out, but again, Napster just sold for $207 million. I would have thought $207,
Yeah.
not $207 million.
And somebody got a.
I guess that branding is
I'll say
still
a lot
valid.
of
What are you
branding
getting?
opportunity.
Is it just the name? Like, what are you getting?
Again, they were around still because
I know, but
less
I'm-
compressed. They own whatever software, whatever,
Right, but aren't
system.
Didn't you say they're pivoting to a whole new thing?
but it's still sound coming out of
Oh, so it's this. They're paying for the sound software.
probably.
Okay,
And the
I'm just
name.
trying to figure out like
Napster. I mean, the Napster name.
what's the valuation of 207 mil? Is it the compression algorithm that they use and the name? Because they're not streaming video now, right?
No. Let's talk about Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show because it's making some news, not just for the music. So, 133.5 million people watched it. How many FCC complaints were there? And can you think of one thing during that performance?
No.
It's not like he took his dong out.
No.
It's not like the Janet Jackson nipple thing. It's not like MIA back in the day flipping off.
Was it the Crip Walk? That's
125 people complained.
okay.
So I mean, listen, in perspective,
It was
125
Drake in 125 different voices.
Yes.
Hello, I'm really upset.
I'd like to complain.
This sounds like Drake doing a voice. No, it's not me. I mean, it's not Drake.
So 125 complaints out of of 133 million viewers. That's that's barely a drop in the ocean, but So what got people fired up?
It was maybe the political.
Complaints rolled in about inappropriate lyrics,
Inappropriate.
raunchy dance moves,
Of course.
anti-American themes. One major gripe was about Kendrick's use of a split American flag visual during a set,
Oh, no.
which some people found divisive. And of course, there was the ever controversial crotch-grabbing dance moves that seem to pop up in every halftime show these days.
I thought
That
the
one did
dancing was
offend me.
very tasteful and edgy. I liked it.
But at least 10 of the 125 complaints about the halftime show were about Kendrick using his platform to take shots at Drake.
So there's 10 Drake phone calls.
At least 10 Drake phone calls. The one thing was calling Drake a pedophile, basically.
That's the lyrics to the song.
One complaint even said, quote, Kendrick Lamar made fake, false, and scandalous claims that are unfounded. He said Drake was a pedophile on TV in front of millions of people. Do better. This is a sad day.
I think he said he liked him young, A minor,
A minor.
which is just a play on music. I'll tell you something. I have there's so many millions of views, even more than that, on YouTube of how many times people have viewed. I watch it maybe once every couple of weeks to get hyped.
The Kendrick Lamar halftime
Yes,
show?
man. Like
Really?
I'll be on my deck being like, you know what? Let me just take a look at this again because it was good.
Well,
like,
again, it was 133 million people, and we're focusing on 125. Again, it's a grain of sand off the beach.
I wonder.
right.
And I just want to get into people's heads who are watching this and
I'm upset.
I think he had his hands near his crotch. Oh, boy. FCC.com.
This isn't Chris Stapleton. I just wonder if every halftime show had approximately.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Has there ever been one that hasn't?
Every year, I love going over that.
I don't-
Every year, I do
So it's
this.
common.
Yeah.
Every year, regardless, I do this story.
I don't want to see a halftime show that is not getting complaints, to be honest with you. I hope if it's boring and nobody's offended, it was not well done.
It could be Mr. Rogers out there.
I think so too.
and people would complain.
Right.
Somebody would file a complaint.
Well, they'd be like, yeah, you're traipsing a corpse around.
If he were
for
alive.
I'm
entertainment.
upset.
Serena Williams, that she was a target for some of the complaints, criticized for supposedly promoting a gang affiliation.
Oh, my goodness. Great. These are all white people that are complaining.
Well, even Kanye West, his commercial caught heat.
Well, yeah.
Because it aired in 3 markets.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's a legitimate complaint, I think, but
So Rihanna's performance last year got about 100 complaints. Jennifer Lopez's and Shakira's, their show, remember when they did it in 2020? That racked up over 1,300 complaints.
That was stripper poles.
That was stripper poles and grinding.
Were
A lot
people
of
upset
grinding.
with Rihanna for having a massive, beautiful, pregnant belly, and that offended everyone?
Was it massive? I think that was like the, ooh, is she pregnant? Or
I think she was very
She was.
pregnant.
I wonder if that, and I do wonder if there were people that complained like she shouldn't have been up that high because she's pregnant.
I
Or
forget.
like what the? Remember she came in like on the it wasn't much to it because she couldn't move around a lot. She was so
Yeah, she had
pregnant.
a
They just
cute
kind of
little
lowered her
belly.
down
Was it
on
a
a
big-
thing, and she was like,
it wasn't announced that she was pregnant. They
No,
were like,
she-
ooh, she may be.
She was very pregnant.
that
I mean,
was her coming out.
Yeah.
That was her. Like, oh, I'm pregnant.
let's
Look,
see how.
But she didn't say it till afterwards.
not till after.
When I watched the Kendrick Lamar one, I'll be honest, man, I didn't think it was that incendiary.
No,
Like, it was
I didn't
pretty.
think so either.
It was good, but it was not like there wasn't a lot of crazy things happening.
Again, let's be real. With an audience of over 133 million and only 125 complaints, I'm sure he's not losing any sleep over any of this.
Rihanna was 4 months pregnant during the Super Bowl.
4 months.
So halfway, almost halfway.
So there you go. Listen, I cover it every year. Just
That's
want to
great.
let you guys know.
Great.
Dude, and if you haven't watched it in a while and you're wanting to get hyped, like, just take another
It was
gander.
okay.
I loved it.
Obviously, if you're watching it every 2 weeks.
I know sometimes Tim comes home and I'm just like, I'm calling out Drake, like, in my backyard, and I'm like doing the dance moves and stuff, like a total weirdo.
So is Tim more of a Drake guy?
Yeah, Tim's on
Tim's a
Drake's
Drake
side.
guy.
He does like Drake.
It's a house divided.
We like both.
All right, today is March 26. Back in the day, 72 years ago in 1953, Dr. Jonas Salk announced he had successfully tested a polio vaccine. 54 years ago, 1971, the Rolling Stones' now iconic lips and tongue logo appeared for the first time when it's used on a VIP pass for one of their shows at the Marquee Club in London. 53 years ago, 1972, David Bowie wrote All the Young Dudes for Mott the Hoople to prevent the band from breaking up. And if you listen to that Mott the Hoople song, All the Young Dudes,
It's a great song.
it not only is a great song, but even if you didn't know David Bowie wrote it, you go, man, this sounds like a David Bowie song. He does a cover of it too, right? David, would you consider it a cover if you wrote it, but you wrote it for somebody else?
I don't know how that's classified, but maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know,
Performed
dude.
it? Is that what it'd be called?
Because the version would be a cover version if it came out afterwards, right?
Yeah, so like
Regardless of the writer. I mean, that's like saying
All
every
on the
single pop
Watchtower.
artist
So
is
All
doing
on the
covers.
Watchtower was
Dylan.
written by Dylan, but the Hendrix version was out first, and then the Dylan version came out.
And the Hendrix version is superior to the Dylan version.
But is Dylan doing a cover of
himself.
I don't know.
I suppose it would be considered a cover. Otherwise, if you're just going strictly on writers, then nobody is doing their own songs right now. They're only doing covers.
They're only doing covers. That good point.
Think about that.
30 years ago today in 1995, NWA founder Eazy-E dies of AIDS at the age of 30, only 3 weeks after being diagnosed. 29 years ago, 1996, Stone Temple Pilots put out their third record, Tiny Music, Songs from the Vatican Gift Shop, which is a great record. And 28 years ago, 1997, the bodies of the Heaven's Gate cult members were found. And there is a great documentary on one of the streamers about that whole. That's the one they were in the tracksuits and the Nikes.
Yep.
That's us. Oh, no.
Yeah. That's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
Dee Snider of Twisted Sister is not happy that Kiss are doing a non-makeup show in Vegas in November. He tweeted, quote, 14 months since their last farewell. That may be a new record for them. I can't believe people still put up with their crap. To me, it's insulting. End quote.
Is that exactly what I said? I said it's insulting.
Yeah, it is insulting to the fans.
Thank you, Dee.
Thank you, Dee.
You
Corey
validated me.
Feldman, who is the mascot of this program, is going to be the next guest on The Magnificent Others.
Yes.
New episode drops tomorrow. Fridays
Yes, that's Billy
or Thursdays?
Corgan's. That's Billy Corgan's very excellent interview podcast.
Yes, and he says it's definitely going to make some waves. Very proud of Corey for being so honest and forthcoming. So this is going to be good.
wait.
Yesterday, Chevelle said they're gearing up for their first album in 4 years, and they're also doing a big North American tour. The Point is presenting them at Hollywood Casino Amphitheater on September 13th. So their last album was 2021's Nothing Is Real, and This Is a Simulation. The new single is expected soon, so we'll see some new music from Chevelle when they're here in September. First, Gene Simmons offered his fans the opportunity to spend a day as his roadie for almost $13,000. And now pop artist JoJo Siwa is doing something similar for her upcoming North American tour. It's a Dream Guest VIP option for a very affordable $900. She says that you are actually going to come. You're going to get to come during our load-in. You're going to be helping us set it up, make sure things are in the right place. You're going to see a sound check.
I love how you're paying her to work.
Right. This is the new thing that they're trying to make money on.
Is this the new business model?
I guess so. And they're, I get that it would be fun, but this is
You know what I guess it is? It's going to rock and roll fantasy camp. It's doing the same thing.
I guess,
Remember
yeah.
they used to do the baseball fantasy camps where you go down to Florida during a spring training, you get to play baseball with Ozzie Smith and some of the retired guys.
Yeah.
That's kind of what this is.
It's still going.
If you ever wanted to be a roadie, you pay money and you pretend to be a roadie.
I just wonder how much energy the actual artist that you are paying to see is going to spend with you. Because, yeah, you're with the road crew, and that's going to be fun, but that's probably the majority of the time is with the actual roadies. I don't think Gene Simmons is going to be a part of the setup process and the entire 8 hours that you're working for him. He's going to go back and do his thing and be gone,
It's super interesting, and I wonder if this is going to be a new thing.
Right. Is there a band that you would do this for?
That I would roadie for?
Yeah, let's say it's $5,000.
$5,000.
$5,000. It's 8 hours. So it's like you get there at a call time and you're going to stay for the whole show and you get to hang with the band, set up sound check, maybe have a little pre-show drink or dinner with the band.
Who would I want to do that
do
for?
Tool, wouldn't you?
That would seem to be boring for me.
Okay.
They would never offer this, I don't think.
No, this is my fantasy.
Okay, your fantasy.
What band would I want to do like a big arena thing, or would I want to do like a small club?
Small intimate club.
If there's one band I would say to never use the word never on, it would be Tool.
Really?
I can see Tool doing anything.
Well, to make money, yes.
Yeah,
I don't
anything.
know.
And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying
I don't put them in that column of Kiss.
I don't put them in any column. That's what I'm saying. I think they can go any direction. There's
And I
no
love
I could see
way.
like Pussifer doing it, but not
I love
Tool.
Tool, but they will do a lot of things for money. Would I want to do like the Stone? The Stones would be like Pearl Jam. That would seem to be boring too. What would I want to do?
Yeah, you need
Do I want to do like a party band? But I don't want to party.
Brett Michaels.
You're having a real difficult time with this.
I'm
Pearl
having a
Jam,
very-
they're going to go, hey, what's your name? Scott. Scott, roll out these rugs, all right? We got 15 rugs to put on this stage, all right? We need some candles and bottles of wine for
Who
Ed.
would you do? Fantasy.
Do you want me to be a crew member?
Yeah, be a crew member for a band.
I mean, I've obviously been a part of this 1,000 times, so this isn't interesting to me. But, I guess from a gear perspective and kind of maybe the opportunity to talk to somebody, I would say the Police. If I could see the Police.
The Police.
Okay, that's a good one.
I would want to be a part of how they're setting up their sound, because there were always
so
like
strictly
a
from a how do they do this
yeah,
perspective.
and show me the gear and like what are you guys using as
Sure,
far
okay.
as
I'm gonna look
That's pretty good.
look on my
the background details.
Scott, what about you?
I'm going Dwight Yoakam.
Okay,
Dwight Yoakam.
straight up.
Heck yeah.
Brave
be
team.
awesome.
Willie, come on. I want to hand Willie trigger and finally
Okay, that's a good.
go
that's-
full circle. That'd be rad as hell.
Learn. Who would you?
I would probably, no doubt. I'd be like, let's just hang out. Let me see that pre-show energy. Have a little salad with Gwen and Tony, and yeah, I'd love it.
I crew enough. I mean, with some of these shows with Can You Feel the Punk Tonight, I'm the first one there. I'm there at 7 a.m. You know what I mean?
but even like
I'm a part of every aspect of building the show.
Maybe I don't want to like Paul McCartney.
Top shelf.
Like Paul McCartney. Let's see how the sausage is made.
Okay.
Yeah, because Paul Simon's back on the road. That could be
nice.
Seeger would be cool.
And I feel like, I've seen a lot of stuff from behind the scenes at a Paul McCartney show, and it seems like, and maybe
What do you
that's
mean? You've seen the things behind the scenes?
No, and they'll put out YouTube videos of like, here's what's going on backstage, and maybe it's just what they want us to see, but it looks like everybody's having a decent time.
There's always celebs back there.
Not too much of a good time, but just enough.
Another one too?
Oasis would be cool too.
Ugh.
Oasis would be cool.
Oasis would be awesome. I bet you they'd be like,
they'd be so
there would
rude to
definitely
you.
be stories.
Yeah.
For me,
I want an experience.
For me, it would be U2 as well, just because after that Sphere show, I read this whole thing, how, the Edge is always like a big part of using technology, and the dude has swapped all of his tube amps for modelers, for digital modelers.
That's why I would pick them too.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, but at the Sphere, under the stage, the dude had like 17 amps, all like...
I'd pick you too so I could boo them from the wings.
What? You'd be nice to
You know what? And they would be nice to you, and that's what makes them better.
Or would I
than
want to
you.
do like Metallica? I don't know.
Metallica, I was going to say,
Metallica would be
Irish
rad.
people.
Metallica would be cool.
a stadium show where there's more going on under the stage than there is on the
I mean,
stage.
if Bob Seger would let me come out and pretend to play the sax for the beginning of Turn the Page, I don't just have the guy backstage playing it while I'm out there in the spotlight. That'd be awesome. Like, I would pay for that.
Did you just do Spy Hunter?
I'd pay $10,000 for that.
David Lee Roth to be his roadie.
Yeah, that might be more than you ever wanted to sign up for. But that would be a crazy experience.
It would be. I want a story.
Yeah. Oh, you'll get it for the price. We're getting closer to the Academy of Country Music Awards, which I know is very exciting for everybody. It's going to take place on May 8th at the Star in Frisco, Texas. And it was already announced a while ago that Reba is going to return to host, but now they've revealed their first round of performers. So Lainey Wilson is going to be the reigning ACM Entertainer of the Year. She's going to be performing live and is sure to give everybody a great show. Eric Church is going to be singing to promote his new album, Evangeline versus the Machine. And then Blake Shelton will also be there, because he too has a new album for recreational use only, which comes out the next day.
And what is this for? This is
the ACM Awards.
Oh,
So-
which I'm assuming everybody's coming over again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I assumed last year and nobody showed.
I'm going to boycott this year because of the controversy.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Oh, we should never speak of that.
Oh, that's right.
Well, let's speak about
Let's not speak of the controversy. What's the controversy?
Blake Shelton is in the news, kind of controversial. He and Gwen Stefani are super cute and met on The Voice and all that. Well, they have a breakup song that's coming called Hanging On. Here is what Blake had to say.
What? They're breaking up?
Possibly.
It's actually a breakup song that's about breaking up, but still trying to stay.
It's a breakup song about breaking up.
Hey, we're breaking up.
Yeah,
Still trying to stay
I'm pretty
together.
broken up when I wrote it. And, I'll tell you what, I was breakdancing on the farm there, and
Let him finish. I'm sure it's going to be profound.
That's about breaking up, but still trying to stay together. That's there you go. That's the title, Hanging On. It's really no reflection of where Gwen and I are in our relationship, I hope. But it's a country song, and we wanted to do it. It's a song that pushes us vocally, and we just love the song. We're to a point in our lives we just want to do songs that we love, and then see what happens, I guess, later.
It don't mean damn near nothing to me. To tell you the truth, I can hardly explain it. It's about breaking up, but
now
staying
now-
together. And
I feel like if I were to talk on the phone to Blake Shelton, I would fall asleep. Just because he has a very calm, boring ass voice.
You ever broke up with someone but didn't do it and stayed together and then wrote a song
And then you
about
wrote
the
a
thing you
song
didn't do
about it.
and then also stayed together and there was no reflection of any kind of personal
And you hate your
connection?
laugh, but that's music,
I
baby.
got
That's what I
nothing,
did.
nothing attached to this, but I'll be at the ACMs to promote it.
Song about getting drunk but staying sober. And
And getting over your
That's the
problem.
next record, man. Hey, don't jump ahead. You ever drive a car but walk?
yeah, it's like,
You ever drive a truck while walking?
Guys, you remember in 2016 in Paris?
How could I forget?
When Kim Kardashian got tied up and they stole millions of dollars worth of her
terrible
jewelry.
story.
Watch
Terrible
me play this
story.
guitar. I'm not going to use my hands. Sorry, go ahead.
What are you going to use? Well, the robbery that happened, she was staying in Paris in 2016. I believe she was there for Fashion Week or something going on. Really terrible story. I mean, nobody deserves to have this, even if you are a billionaire. They bound and gagged her at gunpoint. The armed robbers forced their way inside the Paris apartment where she was staying. She was renting it out. And they made off, these criminals made off with $10 million in jewelry, including a massive ring that was worth $4 million in itself. And so now Kim is going to travel over to Paris in May. She's going to testify on the stand. There's going to be a jury trial for this Parisian gang.
They caught them all.
They did, which is wild.
And they recovered all the jewelry, right?
I think so, yeah. But crazy story. Will Smith is 7 years in. Well, he still has 7 years to go on his ban from the Academy Awards. And, a lot of us think about what's next for Will Smith. Is his future redeemable? Nobody's ever their worst moment. He's kind of stayed out of the limelight for the last couple of years. Here he is talking to the Associated Press about what he's going to do with his 10-year Oscar ban.
With the ban and everything, are you looking to appeal, or are you just looking to ride everything out and just continue to do you? I am looking to be...
Is Will Smith interviewing Will Smith?
It sounds like it.
It is the same. It is the same voice.
It also sounds like something he would do.
Here's Will Smith on Will Smith.
With the ban and everything, are you looking to appeal, or are you just looking to ride everything out and just continue to do you? I am looking to be the best human I can possibly be, and I'm going to take what I get with that.
I feel like he's looking in a mirror.
And telling himself.
Yeah.
I hope
Talked to my friend Blake Shelton. He said to appeal, but also ride out the ban. And I didn't know what he meant, so I guess I'm going to do both.
But I hope it doesn't reflect me.
He's trying to redeem his future. Hopefully he can.
It did sound like him.
Man.
Michael Caine remembers working with Beyonce and Heath Ledger in his new memoir called Don't Look Back, You'll Trip Over, My Guide to Life.
Okay, I saw this. So he worked with Beyonce.
On the Austin Powers, the last one.
And when did he work with Heath Ledger?
The Dark Knight.
Oh, The Dark Knight. That's right.
Of course, yeah. So that'll be interesting. He remembers Heath as a lovely guy, very gentle and unassuming. And finally, let's talk about this. Suzanne Summers died from breast cancer in October of 2023.
Yes.
And now she is back. This is wild. So her husband, Alan, worked with a company called Rizzuto to create a, quote, digital twin of Suzanne Summers. It mimics both her voice and speech patterns using recordings and footages of her. And so here is some AI Suzanne Summers.
Super creepy.
It's very strange.
Okay, here we go.
Does the name Alan Hamill mean anything to you?
Of course I do. Alan Hamill is my husband of 55 wonderful years. He's my partner in everything, from life to love, and we've shared so many beautiful memories together. Do you have a favorite memory of us?
What's your favorite memory that we shared?
Oh, there are so many. One of my favorites is when Alan and I were filming a cooking segment together a long time ago. We had a little mishap with the blender. Let's just say it didn't go as planned, and we ended up wearing more of the smoothie than we actually made. We laughed so hard, and it became a running joke in our house. It's those lighthearted moments that really bring us closer together.
I mean, it sounds very choppy.
Yeah.
But at the same, man, I'm going back and forth. I'm like super sad.
It's sad, man.
I'm super sad, and then I'm like, you know what? Like this. I mean, you guys are talking about memories and nostalgia and all that kind of stuff. This is like right in line with it, and it works.
This is like not healthy, though. It's one thing to keep like tokens of or artifacts of your marriage and whatever, but like this is a robot.
On the guy for grieving in a certain way. Like it's his wife of 55 years, and people grieve different ways. It's just I get super knowing that it's the husband of that long.
Yeah.
And he's asking like, "What's our greatest memory together?" And
hearing
AI.
Is he going to have sex with the Suzanne Summers robot? Like, is he going to have intimacy with her? Like, I don't.
This is a full doll.
Yes, it's a full mannequin essentially.
Oh, it is. Oh, I thought it was just a voice.
No. It looks like her. It doesn't look like her. It's a terrible. Suzanne Summers was so beautiful, and like it doesn't look like her. Good in a good enough way.
Did they throw like a blonde wig and a thigh master in a microwave and just see what happens?
Yeah, there's no thigh master.
Hold it
it's
out.
Really sad.
I don't know, it makes me sad. That's my first thought. Is like,
yeah.
My first thought was creepy, and then hearing him talk to it, I'm like, ooh man, that's a sadness kind of.
And he says Suzanne would have smiled a lot, been really happy, and would have endorsed it.
This is, I'm assuming, his memories. being regurgitated, right? Like these aren't. They didn't get information from her before she passed.
No, they used clips.
Okay.
So they used AI to bring forth like interviews and different things, like pieces of her from media.
So when he asked what's her favorite memory of us, it searched the web for a story she told.
Maybe he had some input there. I don't know.
Yeah, that's.
I'm curious about that.
Well, yeah, it's not going to be. It's only going to be what's available to the public.
This isn't too many steps past, a few years later, saving a voicemail of somebody that passed away and listening to the voicemail all the time.
But that was real.
Yeah, but
That's
it's
really
them.
though. Like I did that. I had my dad's voicemail for a long time, and
Right.
you know,
I'm not saying it's the same. I'm just
But
saying
that's gone, too.
It's a few steps past.
like I don't know where that is.
I agree with you both, kind of, because I'm like, it is kind of a bridge too far, but I'm also like, maybe it's the good move if they're married 55 years. How old's this guy? 80s?
And he's got to be in his 70s.
55 years of marriage.
55 years.
If he's not moving on, like if there's no opportunity, if he's like, hey, I'm riding out my 80s here. I'm going to be a lonely widower. I don't have any interest in a relationship. It'd be weird if you were trying to move on.
Mm-hmm.
And you started dating someone and be like, oh, that's my wife bot. Don't worry about that. That's my dead wife bot. No big deal.
Yeah, maybe it means not all that much to him. Maybe he's just trying to see if it does something. And this is part of the grieving process. I am not going to poo on anybody. It's 55 years of
It's
marriage.
odd.
I don't know what that feels like. So do your thing.
Because did you see the video?
No, I didn't see the
Yeah,
video.
I saw it.
Yeah, it looks like you're at Disneyland and it's you're at
It's
the
a
presidential.
small world. Yeah, the presidential.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that. So I don't think he's really thinking it's
creep me
all
out.
too real.
Anyway, that's your crap on celebrities.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday today, Bad Baby. The aspiring rapper known as the Catch Me Outside, How About That girl on Dr. Phil is 22. Keira Knightley is 40. Amy Smart is 49. Juvenile's 50. T.R. Knight from Grey's Anatomy is 52. Leslie Mann is 53. She married Judd Apatow. Kenny Chesney, 57. John Stockton, the retired Utah Jazz point guard, is 63. Jennifer Grey from Dirty Dancing and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. She won season 11 of Dancing with the Stars. I had no idea. She's 65. Marcus Allen, the legendary Raiders running back, is 65. Dean Dillon is 70.
Chiefs.
And Chiefs, yeah. Martin Short is 75. Vicki Lawrence is 76. Steven Tyler is 77. Diana Ross is 81. And Bob Woodward, one of the reporters in the whole Nixon thing, is 82 years old.
So this guy, her widower, is 88.
Oh, yeah. He knows.
He's 88 years old.
He's just throwing a couple things that might make him smile before he's checking out too, man.
I don't know. It's tough.
Do you think?
It is kind of a slippery slope, but at the same time, he's probably lonely.
Yeah.
And it's like if it's a reminder of her to get him through the day, maybe it's a victimless
Maybe it's all
crime.
right. All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Misty Stone. And today's birthday girl's been in 677 fine films, including Amazing Asses 12, Anacondas, and Little Mamas 1. Angels of Debauchery 8, Big Ass Cheaters 5, Big Black Bubble Butts 1, Black Feet on Booty Street 2, in a movie called Dime Pieces 2, in a movie called Mama Turned Me Out 2, Pimp for a Day, Worship My Giant Black Ass 1, and who could forget a role in 2009's and Scott's favorite, Laid a Pipe 2.
It's awesome. It's a mystery.
Yeah,
Misty Stone is 39 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those were crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, quick break. We'll get to some of your emails, and we'll talk to Chris Kerber at around 8:30. Blues won again last night. That is 7 games in a row.
They're hot.
Hottest team in the NHL.
That's what you want going into the playoffs,
Big
right?
score, too.
Hottest team in the
They are
NHL.
scoring goals, man.
We'll talk to Kerber next. It's 8:14. It is Wednesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We have delays 70 eastbound between looks like St. Charles Rock Road and the 70 West exit just east of 270. There's also on the southern side of things, we have delays 44 eastbound between 141 and 270. Your point forecast, mostly sunny, high of 66. Right now it's 52 at the Point Studio.
Donnie Fandango from 105.7 The Point. Very happy to be joined by Dan Reynolds, frontman of Imagine Dragons. And Dan, we have a lot to talk about, but you are involved in one of my favorite life moments, and I have to tell you about it. And I've been wanting to tell you about it since it happened. It came up in my memories about 3 years ago this past weekend. And I had a chance to take, at that time, my 10-year-old daughter to see you guys live. My daughter's now 13, and some days are rough. And she's an amazing girl. But that day at your show, Dan, for the first time, I got to watch her get completely lost in a show. Her eyes were closed. She was singing the songs. She was completely unaware of anything else.
314-843-8000. That's where I got my vasectomy done. My vasectomy done by the great Dr. Huatma almost 15 years ago now. Listen, my daughter was born, healthy daughter. The plan was we'd have a boy, we'd have a girl, 2 kids, and then we're closing up shop. So literally 2 weeks after my daughter was born, I was at Dr. Huatma's office for a consultation. Procedure was quick. My insurance covered it. Was there on a Friday, rest over the weekend, back to work on Monday. The big questions guys have: how painful is recovery? Minor swelling, maybe a little discomfort for about a week. Will my sex life be affected? No change in interest level or ability to do anything. All good. Now, at South County Urological, they also treat kidney stones, and they also do all the prostate health stuff. Prostate cancer screenings, enlarged prostate, which happens in guys as they get older. Get yourself taken care of, fellas. South County Urological, 314-843-8000, southcountyurological.com.
Hey, everybody, it's Jeff Burton from the Rizzuto Show. Thanks for tuning into the Facebook takeover with, my goodness, Taylor Momsen. How you doing?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm going to get the geeky fan side of this out of the way first, which nobody watching is going to be surprised about. But I've been a fan for a while. You and I have chatted a handful of times. And the last couple of times that we did it, I'm sure you don't remember this, but we do a picture together, and I started collecting them. Can you see that?
Oh, shit.
Look at you. I think you're 17 in that first one.
Baby. I am a baby in that one. Look at you. Is that the
I know. You were a baby. I'm still an old man. So
no, that's great. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's get
so
to again, man.
I don't know how we're going to work this one out. We'll try to turn it sideways or something. But hello, and thank you for taking the time for doing this. I know it's been a very, very long time since you've been to St. Louis to play a show. What have you, the $2 question, what have you been doing during all of this downtime, this quarantine? What have you been up to?
I have been, well, we just released a single. We just released Rock and Roll. So I've been doing a lot of this, a lot of promoting from home and figuring out how to work from home, which is different. I'm adapting.
Yeah.
That, and then when I'm not doing this, I've been playing just a ton of guitar.
So you got yourself into an accident. Well, don't make that one mistake turn into two. You got to pick the right auto body to go to, and that's why you got to go to West County Auto Body, because they are the best auto body in the country. And West County Auto does something special. They actually work for you. They don't work for the insurance companies. They actually will fight for you, and they will make sure that your car is done correctly, because they know that not all bodies are created equal. And plus, what sets them apart is they're not some huge chain, but they're just a huge part of our local community right here. They've been in a St. Louis company for ages now. I mean, for years and years. And Rob over there and his team, they're absolutely incredible at West County Auto Body. And again, they're just a local company. They got one shop, and you should see the amount of work they do. It's absolutely incredible. West County Auto Body is exceptional. And trust me, you don't want to make two mistakes. So go to West County Auto Body, do yourself a favor, and get your car done the right way. And again, they're right here locally. So they're right there at Lindbergh and Page. Very easy to get to. Go to westcountyautobody or go to westcountyauto.com. That's westcountyauto.com.
Well, big things happening in the 21 Pilots camp. And you know what? If you are going to talk about 21 Pilots, there are legitimately no better two people in which that you could call to talk about said band than our guys. Gentlemen, it's wonderful to see you again. Hello, and it's been a while. Hello from St. Louis.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it has
We're
been
excited.
Man, it's really great to see you guys again. And the first thing that we want to talk about is the 21 Pilots Cinema Experience. Now, it's coming out on May the 19th. There'll be a special encore on May the 22nd. But I want to know, this experience came about a year or so ago during the pandemic. And I'm curious, the show was so well done, so well produced. How long did it take you guys to put that whole thing even together in the first place for it to run?
I think it was probably, I guess we were talking about it was probably like 7 or 8 months from the very beginning. And it was, the way that we sort of had to go about doing it, we just kind of knew that because our live show is so reliant on people, that and once all that's stripped away, that we couldn't just perform the way that we normally do. So we kind of had to just go and reinvent the entire thing and sort of start from scratch. And once we did that, then it kind of just we knew it was going to take a while to pull off. And so it took a good probably 8 months to get all the logistics coordinated and together and make everything happen.
So then for you guys, as far as the day-to-day goes during that 6-7 months time span, so you guys are finishing the record or it's already done, but then the pandemic's going on. So there's a lot of things that are happening while you're putting this together. Was it something that you were working on every day for those 6-7 months?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much there was a lot of video conference calls and, passing back and forth ideas. And man, looking back on it, I think it's still, I would say, is the hardest thing we've ever done. So, we released this last year with the release of our latest record, and it was a one-time thing, just live that evening. And we haven't really put it anywhere since. It hasn't lived anywhere else. And so we've been holding on to it. We decided to really go in and dive into the mix of the audio to make sure that it sounds really good, especially in a movie theater, make it feel really big and get that movie experience that we're familiar with. And yeah, now
Rafe, NCAA men's basketball starts up again tomorrow, Sweet 16. And where are you going to watch the games? You're going to go to Hot Shots, of course.
Mm-hmm.
March Hoops means brackets. It means beer. It means big-time action only at Hot Shots.
That's right. The tournament is here. It's Sweet 16 time. So grab your bracket, catch every minute with Hot Shots. Enjoy slam dunk specials like large pizza and domestic pitchers for 20 bones, or hit a buzzer beater with any 2 appetizers plus a domestic pitcher for $25. That's a great deal. And you can sip on $5 Nutricans or $5 Skimmers all tournament long. Plus, support the Wonderland Camp. If you don't know what the Wonderland Camp is, the store sells $1 Wonderland Camp basketballs at all locations during March Madness. Customers can purchase a charity basketball, and all proceeds benefit Wonderland Camp. It's a really, really cool thing. Okay, so get in there and get that. March Hoops is better at Hot Shots. Come grab your seat, find your location, and don't miss the action at hotshotsnet.com. That's hotshotsnet.com.
We are backstage at Point Fest, and what a day in which this has been already.
Oh, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, joined by Hailstorm.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much. It's great to see you guys.
Our invisible third member.
Yes,
hey,
yes,
well,
yes.
how you doing?
We're the hail half of Hailstorm.
I have to tell you this, and I know you don't remember this because it's been years and years and years, and I don't even remember how many years at this point. But the very first time that you came through the point, you...
Happy birthday, Rizz.
March Music Mayhem continues with a 10 a.m. matchup with Donnie Fandango. Brought to you by Anton's Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Energy Experts. Also by Amco Ranger. So we got all bands coming to town this summer going head-to-head. So at 10 a.m. today, you have The Offspring versus Pantera. Who do you got, Moon? Offspring versus Pantera.
I think I have Pantera in that. Round 1, I cleaned up. The only one that I got wrong was Rise Against Pierce the Veil, and that was a stupid mistake on my part.
I got Pantera moving on.
Me too.
All right,
Killing
let's see.
it.
Next
Let me
up,
look.
The spring.
Ludo versus Rise Against.
Ludo fans came out and they they helped him in round 1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume that they do it again, and Ludo moves on.
Okay, that's the 11 a.m. matchup.
But Rise Against smashed the crap out of Pierce the Veil.
I know. At noon, you have Lincoln Park versus Incubus. That's a big one.
Lincubus.
Lincubus. And you could vote on the Points webpage at 1057thepoint.com or the Point mobile app. Let me see. 1 o'clock, Bush versus Cake. I think Bush takes that one. 2 o'clock, Shinedown versus the Deftones. Who will St. Louis vote for?
Oh, man.
Dang. Chino is in trouble.
3 o'clock, The Urge versus Bullet My Valentine. And 4, you have 311 versus Papa Roach. 5 o'clock, Jelly Roll versus A Perfect Circle.
All right, I have Offspring versus Pantera because I got the first 2 right, and I actually have the Offspring winning that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
All right, well, listen.
Dang.
We'll see what happens.
Which is wild. I get it.
We'll see what happens.
Shinedown versus the entire country of China.
In your finals, huh?
And Shinedown winning.
Oh, wow. I would hope Shinedown would win that.
Yeah.
All right, let's get some of your emails. Rizz Show at 1057thepoint.com, and then we'll talk to Chris Kerber.
All right, hey girls.
Oh, hello.
I was sitting around in the dark again last week because no power for 2 weekends in a row. Anyways, the wife
2
and I
weekends in a row?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Anyway, the wife and I were bored, so we got to wondering if you guys knew who the first Team Rizz member ever was. Thanks, love the show. 3 out of 5 stars, sent from my rotary payphone.
Let's see, before you answer, and Moon and I know this gentleman's name. Scott, do you remember who Team Rizz member number 1 is?
Hey, you were here for it.
Was I here for that?
I don't know, but you should know this
As
person.
soon as you hear his name, you're going to go, oh, yeah.
Team Rizz member number 1.
Yeah, because we've met, he's come to a bazillion things.
His name is?
Would you like his nickname?
Uncle?
How about the first initial? C.
Yep. Chris.
No.
Chuck?
Is not Chuck?
Norris.
Oh, yeah.
Chuck?
It's all coming together now.
Chuck Kraus.
Kraus. Thank you.
He was known as the
There.
game show cop because he was on a bunch of
Yeah,
game
it was like a
shows.
ton of game shows. So Chuck Kraus.
Chuck Kraus.
That's
is
right.
Team
Good
Rizz
to
member
know.
number 1.
I didn't
Great
know
dude.
that.
We haven't seen him in a minute, right?
CK1.
CK1. Next.
All right, this is in reference to Rizz Olympics.
Yes.
What's up, fellas and learn? I watched episode 6, and damn, I can see where Rizz didn't take my advice to hit from second base or take PEDs. Last place? Come on, man, you're embarrassing. I may get written off on the in memoriam, but I have to come out of the grave for this. You are dropping your shoulder, man, swinging from the hip. Great intro with you and Rafe, but after that, straight garbage.
What?
Your infield fly rule power is pathetic. Anyway, 3 out of 5 stars. Keep up the good work.
Not a great showing for your hero, Rizz.
You know
in
that
the
is.
Rizz Olympics.
That's the guy that tried to big time me at the home run derby that I wrote off once already in the in memoriam.
What's his name?
He rose from the grave. I can't
You
remember
know his name is? Oh, the guy that while I was in the dugout, emailed over and shattered my confidence.
Yes, emailed during the home run derby.
During the home run derby and shattered my confidence. Not this time, pal. Not this time. The event's over, so there's no. I already know I did terrible. Okay? Let me see your home run derby.
Yeah, he's had time.
I'll
to
go
process.
to yours.
And you looked fine.
Let me see your video with Benji Molina. It's not getting to me.
He actually can't be in a home run derby because his hands are registered weapons.
That's right.
Otherwise, because if he holds a bat, then it's he could go. That's a lot of prison. That's a federal.
It's a felony.
Yeah, that's threatening to do harm.
That's like an act of terrorism, actually.
Listen, check out Rizz Olympics event number 6. Is it 6 or 5?
He said 6.
This is episode 5.
Episode 5. See? Dummy.
Yeah, you can't even
5.
count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm excited for the next couple of episodes that people are going to get. I think those are going to be. People are going to go off the rails.
Next episode is. Where are we next episode?
Taste.
Monday.
Are we here?
Oh, we're here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's taste test. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is it? It
Yes.
wasn't something else?
No, it's the taste test.
It's the final 3, baby.
Oh, man.
Starting next week.
And a big shout out to Team Express for opening up their doors and letting us take some cuts in their really state-of-the-art batting cage. Really cool place, and they make uniforms for I don't know, whatever organization needed a uniform for.
Yeah.
whether it be a rec softball team or your high school football team.
They had it all, man. They got all bats, helmets, accoutrements, batting gloves, all kinds of cool stuff.
And I love that computer simulation thing when you're in the cage and it tells you where you're.
Gives you a score.
Gives you a score, and yeah, very cool. So once again for Team Express out there, Hidden Gem and Fan. And of course our sponsor DraftKings at Casino Queen. All right, before we get to Kerber, one more.
We'll jump into food news. Good morning, Rizz Show. I was catching up on the podcast, and one of the combos that you guys missed for food and drinks is chocolate milk and pizza. I know it sounds crazy, but do not knock this until you try it. It goes best with Pizza Hut specifically. The sweet and savory together is unmatched. Obviously, you have to do this at home or you look like a serial killer. Love the show. 3 out of 5 stars.
First off, what adult is drinking chocolate milk? Come on.
I drink it.
A big, giant glass of chocolate milk.
I got to pound it, though. It has to be ice cold, and I can't just be sitting around with it.
It's its own thing.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Let's go to our culinary expert on the phone, Chris Kerber. Chocolate milk and pizza. Chris, thoughts?
Well, I don't know about chocolate milk and pizza, but I do have a question based on that comment, Rizz. At what age am I no longer allowed to drink chocolate milk then? Like, if you say, what adult drinks chocolate milk?
Well, listen.
Is it 35? Is it 28? Is it 21? Like, at what age am I not allowed to drink it?
You can drink it, but just don't admit it.
The last day you have chocolate milk is the day before you get your license.
My thing is it's so thick. Can you imagine a big mouthful of like mozzarella cheese and
again, I got
a thick beverage?
Yeah, well, the pizza thing part seems weird to me. But I still have to go back to this, like why if somebody likes chocolate milk, should they stop drinking
Because you're an adult and little kids drink chocolate milk. Does mommy tuck you in at night?
So what are you supposed to be? What are you supposed to be drinking? What? Metamucil?
Yes.
That works.
Yes.
Okay.
Because fiber is important.
At least I'm on board with that.
Stay regular.
We want you to stay regular, Chris. Drink your Metamucil.
I don't give a dang what anybody drinks. If you like it, drink it.
Is little Chris going to put his feety pajamas on and make sure you get
No, I just might. I might climb into my underoos and dunk some graham crackers into some chocolate milk.
How about that?
Kerber puts on his dinosaur jammies.
Yeah, cash them out.
That's right.
It's got the little.
That's right. Got my Star Wars sheets on the bed.
Midnight.
Turn on the nightlight, milk drinkers.
Yeah.
I got my Star Wars sheets on the bed. I got my nightlight on, shining from the bathroom so the monsters can't get me. I'm good.
No. Yeah, be silly and drink chocolate milk as an adult. Go ahead.
Hey, listen, every now and then you open up that fridge.
Take a big glass of Oberweis down to the rink and let all the hockey guys see you just sipping it on the side.
I will say my son.
Hey, you know what? I'll do it.
My son likes the Oberweis in the big glass container.
That's the way to do it.
And I'll be down there like nobody's looking.
Take a little hit.
Dad's gonna drink straight out of the.
Oh, come on.
Dad's drinking straight out of the bottle.
I got no problem with that either.
And yes, is Dad lactose intolerant? Yes, he is. And will he have diarrhea for the next 2 hours? Yes, he will.
Is that the root of all of this hate? Yes, it is.
Okay, so the root of all this hate is the fact that your body poops with farts when you drink milk.
Oh, yeah.
That's yeah. So this isn't a make everybody else miserable thing. This is a cow piss you off thing.
Fine. You know, there are still people think that chocolate milk comes from brown cows. That is a fact.
There's a man right over there.
Yeah, right here.
The scary thing is those people vote.
It's true.
Prove they don't produce
King
that.
Scott, up until last week, thought chocolate milk came from brown cows.
Well, I was really confused with strawberry cows. I was trying to find those.
By the way,
it's the cows that produce the scotch. I learned that we got to be worried about.
I used to love Quick when I was a kid. Like it was in a metal tin.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Ovaltine?
Oh, yeah.
Ovaltine. I drank Ovaltine. I drank Quick. And they used to come in like metal containers.
Mm-hmm. Right.
With like metal lids. Now it's all plastic.
I know.
Now give me the
Okay, so you don't want... Okay, now here's the thing. Do you not like Quick anymore, or is it just that you can't because you got to put it in milk?
I haven't had it in so long. I'm sure there would be a touch of nostalgia if I had some Quick right now.
I got some at home, and
I think there would, yeah.
You have Quick at home?
Yeah, somebody got me some Q last year, dude. I told them I was hooked on Q as a kid. I talked about it, and for Christmas, a listener sent some strawberry Q in.
Strawberry. Oh, the strawberry was not great.
Yuck.
Oh, I love it.
No, the strawberry is not good, but we have it here at the house.
You know what?
My kids dunk their peanut butter toast into chocolate milk all the time.
That is
Whatever, man.
nostalgia right there. Strawberry, that tastes like medicine.
Nah, it's good.
Yeah.
You on
Take
the
a little
Q?
hit.
Well, hell,
I'm tired
guys,
tonight.
based on that, what else as an adult, what else as an adult am I not allowed to eat right now? Because I might have to go back to the store and dump things out.
Really, it's just milk judgment. No milk at
it's milk
dinner,
judgment.
chocolate, strawberry, regular, nothing. You can't even have soy milk. Milk is very controversial.
What about peanut butter and jelly?
That's fine.
Oh, I had a PB&J the other day. Woo, man.
Yeah,
What kind of jelly
sounds
flavor?
It was a strawberry jelly.
Nice.
There we go. Now we're talking. With crunchy peanut butter.
No, I'm a smooth.
No
I'm a
thanks,
smooth
Chris.
peanut butter guy.
Guys.
But
Yeah.
my wife went to a farmer's market and bought like homemade jelly, and I was like, "Whoosh."
I'm a grape
I
jelly
can't help
queen.
myself.
I love it.
Dude, I love the elderberry jelly that your wife gave me with peanut
Yeah,
butter.
she makes that. That's good
That's
too.
good, man. It's really good with peanut butter.
Peanut butter and jelly.
What about apple butter?
Apple
Yeah,
butter's
apple
fine.
butter's good. I gotta be in the mood for it.
Apple butter's good.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's for all ages.
What about s'mores? Can grown-ass men be making s'mores?
No, you have to hide and shame.
Yeah.
You have to hide and shame.
Yeah, because you're the one.
That I am so glad I didn't worry about things in life like that.
You're the one building the fire.
No masculine man could eat a s'more
about
and
a
then protect his family from danger.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You
What
would
about
never
a
eat it
foot-long
anyway. Your
corn
hands are
dog?
sticky.
I'm a well-rounded protector.
Curbs, you gonna house a foot-long corn dog ice side in front of the boys?
That's easy. Dude, I will dunk a foot-long corn dog into chocolate milk and wash it down with a s'more just for all you guys.
That's a man right there.
I love you, Chris
Your family,
Kerber.
your kids will never look at you the same if they see their father eating a corn
My
dog.
dad, please stop.
Yeah. Then I'm going to crush a Bud Light just to piss everybody off.
All right, Chris. Chris, let's talk about the happy times that is this thing that's going on with the Blues. There is a buzz.
Well, I know this is going to. Yeah, this is going to surprise you, but Broberg had 4 points yesterday. Dylan Holloway had 2, and they both drink chocolate milk in the morning.
Oh, maybe that's the key. That's this year's Gloria, chocolate milk.
Don't spread rumors.
I'm not actually, guys. See, you'll appreciate this. Okay, has everybody on the show seen the movie Major League?
Yes,
Of course, yeah. Memorized it.
Okay, all right. Coming out of this Four Nations break, the players walk into the locker room, and with his own locker. You remember Serrano's
Jobu
statue that he would Jobu? Okay, well, somebody got Jobu, so there is a little statue.
No way.
And it sits in a locker, and one of the trainers made a locker nameplate on it. It's right next to Zach Bolduc's locker. And everybody walks into the locker room after the Four Nations break. You look up, and there's literally this Jobu statue with the name Jobu on the nameplate, and his locker's just empty. But he's had a locker in the locker room ever since the break ended, and he travels. So he's got a locker on the road, so he'll have a locker in Nashville. But Jobu is part of this year's Gloria, I guess.
I gotta say,
no
look up
way.
Jobu.
Not
Look up
calling him-
Jobu Blues. I want to see a picture.
not calling him Joe Blue was a missed opportunity, and that's what he's going to be on this show.
That's a very fair point. Actually, I hadn't even thought of that
Listen.
myself.
Hey, bartender.
But I drink chocolate milk, so
Joe Boo needs a refill.
It's whatever it is. It's working, and the power of Jobu. 7 wins in a row. It's unbelievable.
It's definitely.
Did somebody throw
Now,
a
you know-
firecracker in
yeah.
there? Had to wake up sticks.
well,
Are they doing the snake?
I haven't seen our captain walk into the locker room yet with a bucket of Kentucky Fried
Yes.
Chicken, but we'll. You know, the thing of it is this team was playing some pretty good hockey, and then there was 2 weeks prior to the break where they stumbled a little bit, and then they came out rested, ready to go on fire. And I look at even in their last 21 games, they've had 3 regulation losses. Okay, and I considered those. One of them was to Pittsburgh, where they just dominated the game and the goalie was great. One of them was to Dallas, where the Blues actually dominated 5-on-5, but just gave up 4 short power play goals. So they're just playing really well. And Dylan Holloway joined us on the postgame show last night. He said, we just love coming to the rink. This is a great group. The culture around here is great. I asked him, because, you see a player like Dylan Holloway have amazing success, 60 points this year already. And the thing of it is I just look at him and Broberg and the season that they're having, and even had the Edmonton Oilers match the offer sheets to these guys, I don't believe that they have the same season there. And that's because I don't believe, based on where the Edmonton Oilers were with their team and having guys like Draisaitl, Hyman, and McDavid, and where the Blues are, that these two players would have been getting the kind of quality ice time that they're getting. And sometimes you got to move a veteran player out, that stuff, but sometimes you got to make room for a guy. I mean, look, Cardinals had to do when they had to clear room for Yadier Molina, right? Mm-hmm. Is a great example of that, and coming up behind Mike Matheny. And so, to me, this was... They've got the opportunity, and my goodness, have they taken advantage of it. And you go back to the summer where, first off, the Edmonton Oilers fans were all ticked off. And at the time, they should have been, but this was a team that for quite a while, they've fallen off just a little bit because Draisaitl and McDavid are both out. But this is a team that's battling for a division title, went to the Stanley Cup final last year. But they say, well, you got to overpay a little bit to get these guys as free agents. And, yeah, that might be true. But I don't think you're looking at either one of those contracts and think you're overpaying this year on it. It's just been an amazing two acquisitions that the Blues were able to acquire.
Well, I mean, just the Blues are the hottest team in the NHL right now, 13-2-2 since the break. With the win last night, it looks like the Blues are going to be nipping at the heels of the Wild for the first wild card spot.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is, had Detroit beat Colorado, they'd have been 6 points back of third place in the division. Now, with 9 games to go, that might seem like a hill to climb, but they still have games against Colorado. So, you know what? They're taking care of business. Now, I said this on the postgame show last night, and I do believe it. The Calgary Flames have 2 games in hand. So, for those that don't know, games in hand mean they have played 2 fewer games than you have. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, while the Blues have a 4-point lead over Calgary, right now, Calgary has 2 games in hand. That's going to become 3. They're going to make up those 3 games. Calgary will. In the last 10 days of the regular season, the Blues are playing 7 games. Calgary is playing 10.
Right.
The Blues play their final game of the regular season on a Tuesday night. Calgary plays after them and then doesn't end their regular season until Thursday. I do believe and expect this race to tighten up just a little bit more again. I think, listen, it would be great if the Blues continue this, they continue the run, and these teams below them don't get any closer than 2 to 5 points. I just, with the games in hand, I have a hard time seeing that happening. So, so that's the teams behind them. And it could become a situation where the Blues season ends, and they're going to have to wait 2 days to find out whether or not they've officially are in the playoffs.
Well,
the Minnesota Wild, just ahead of them, they've closed that gap down to 2 points. Now, Minnesota has 1 game in hand on the Blues. But, when the Blues play Nashville on Thursday night, Minnesota's playing Dallas. So there's some great stuff going on here. And, yeah, the Blues could the Blues could put the top wild card in play.
And neither of them have a Joe Boo in the locker.
Yeah. We got the power of Joe
Boo. Okay, you guys, I know some of you guys in there have watched Ted Lasso, right?
Yeah.
And then Danny, I forget his last name on there, the kid that was always so happy on the show. Danny Rojas.
Football is life.
Football is life. Okay, you know that song that they play? With Football is Life, you'd hear it. I don't know the name of it, but when we're doing these post-game hits and you hear those songs from the locker room, they've apparently been blaring that one out after wins now for quite a while. So, it's they're having fun, man. They're having fun, and it's working. And good Lord, these goaltenders are playing terrifically. I mean, they're 8-1-1 since Colton Parayko got hurt.
Yeah, and he skated with the team yesterday, but that's not. I mean, in a no contact situation, but
yeah, he's a ways off yet, a few weeks off. So they're going to have to secure a playoff spot without the big guy.
All right, there are 2 things I want to bring up.
And right now they're doing well.
There are 2 things I want to bring up. So, number 1 is Ovechkin scored 889 yesterday, now 6 away from breaking Gretzky's goal-scoring record.
Right.
And I don't know how many games the Capitals have left in the season, but
I think they have 11 or 12 left.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be done this year. That's wild.
I think he does. He has a great chance to do this, and I think it's awesome for the sport and for those. I mean, because this is the all-time goal-scoring record scored by the greatest who have ever played the game. So this is Roger Maris tracking down Babe Ruth. This is eventually, I don't know who's got it. Whoever, this is the records of all records. Kind of, I guess maybe in hockey you might consider points, but no one's going to ever touch Gretzky. I've told you guys that crazy stat on that one, but this goal one is really cool. And this is a guy that's played his entire career with the Washington Capitals. He scores at will. You know where the puck is going. You know where he's standing, and goalies still can't stop it. I think he scored these goals on like 90 different goaltenders. It's crazy. He's been great for the Washington community. I think the Washington Capitals, Ted Leonsis has been a terrific owner there as well. There's so many positives around this that I think that this is exciting for the sports world to see this. And, we got some curmudgeons around the game that don't like to see a record like this broken. And I just don't understand it, because it tells us that we're just seeing greatness in front of our eyes. And, my goodness. And then everybody goes, a bunch of empty net goals. He's only got 9 more empty net goals than Wayne Gretzky does. Yeah. Okay, so that isn't it. This guy is a true pure goal scorer and just an amazing talent, and I'm excited to watch this chase. Every time he's playing, right? It's exciting. You've got to be, checking it, and it's exciting. I love it.
The other thing I want to bring up is the Puck Cancer Second Shift Alumni Game. They set that for April the 4th, and I'm not sure if tickets are still left. But just
they are. Yes, they are.
And it's going to be up at Centene Community Eye Center. It's all to benefit the Siteman Cancer Center and the V Foundation for Cancer Research. Looking at the team rosters, I mean, it's the Blues alumni versus the Blackhawks alumni. And the coaches, everybody from John Elway to Dave Coulier to Brett Hull and Joel Quenneville. I mean, it is a packed event.
Yeah, go on to stlouisblues.com for everybody to find that whole list of who's going to be there. But yeah, this is going to be amazing. Now, tickets are $50 each. You can get them on Ticketmaster. There are tickets available. I talked to Chaser just the other day, and he's still battling, guys. And so this is we need a huge crowd here to support Chaser. There are VIP tickets still available. Now, those tickets are $500, but it's a huge party, everything all inclusive, food and beverages during the game, party after the game, and you're hanging out with all these celebrities. And as Cam said last night, we don't go home early.
Nice.
So it's going to be a great party.
I believe him.
Oh yeah, I believe him too. So the list is amazing. Dirk Bentley's going to be playing on the Blues alumni team.
Yeah.
Last year they raised, I believe, $600,000.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
everybody from Dirk Bentley to freaking Mark Grace. Mark Grace is going to be one of the coaches.
Former Cub Mark Grace.
I love Mark Grace. I mean, Ott's playing. Shattenkirk's coming back. Heck yes, dude.
Yep. Yeah, this is really going to be something special, guys, and it's going to be an amazing event, a great event. And hopefully we get people out. So again, tickets are still available. You get them through Ticketmaster. So you open up your Ticketmaster app on your phone, right? It's $50. All these proceeds are going to benefit the Siteman Cancer Center and the V Foundation. The Blues have partnered with the V Foundation. Chaser has been getting amazing treatment at the Siteman Cancer Center. Guys, he's back in the hospital right now. So he's getting strength to hopefully be there himself, and that's going to be important. So nothing will lift this man's soul and spirits better than to know that we have packed Centene and sold this place out for the second straight year. And his sons, Will has done an amazing job helping coordinate this as well. He's got an amazing family with his wife, Ray Lynn, and Will, Ben, and Luke, these three just outstanding young men taking the reins of community from their dad. And I'm telling you guys, this event is going to be something else. It's going to be really cool. So $50 a ticket. You get them at Ticketmaster, and it's out at Centene on April 4th.
Cool. Chris, we love you, buddy. Don't forget to check out the Curbside podcast after every Blues game. And tomorrow you guys go to Nashville. So it'll be a fun, exciting
Off to Nashville? Yep. leave today, fly to Nashville, play tomorrow, then Colorado on Saturday, and then come back home for basically the final couple weeks of the season. So everybody out there, have a great week. Grab your tickets to the Puck Cancer game. Come on down to Enterprise Center for more Blues hockey, and let's keep this thing rolling and get back into the playoffs.
All right, we'll talk to you next week. The great Chris Kerber, everybody. Yay. Always a ray of sunshine, that Chris Kerber.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I shared the Puck Cancer event.
Oh, dude, it's going to be amazing.
It's on our socials.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Let's give away some stuff. We'll play maybe a quick couple rounds of Rizz Show password. How about that?
Okay.
Now, last time I hosted the game, I believe the passwords were a little too easy. I kind of upped it a little bit because I'd like to try again.
Okay.
If you guys don't mind. So we've got a whole bunch of stuff to give away. We got, we got Jack White tickets. Jack White sold-out show over the factory Thursday night, April 3rd. We got tickets to go see Collective Soul and Live, special guest Our Lady Peace, July 17th at the Amphitheater. We got tickets for Point Fest, May 17th at the Amphitheater. And we got tickets for Clutch, August 15th at the factory. So we will have you guys call in. We'll pick 2 contestants. You guys on the phone will pick your Rizz Show teammate. I will give the Rizz Show members, I will administer the password. They will then give 1-word clues. And you have to guess what the password is. 2 out of 3 right. You win your choice of prizes. 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. Rizz Show password is next. All right, 8:52. Wednesday, traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We have delays 270 eastbound between 44 and Ladue. Average speed about 30 miles an hour. Your Point forecast, mostly sunny today. High of 66. Right now it is 52 at the Point studio.
We are backstage at Point Fest, and we have the absolute pleasure for the first time of speaking to Ash from New Year's Day. Welcome, and it's great to have you at Point Fest.
We're so honored to be at Point Fest today. It was so much fun.
You had that crowd going. You know what I mean? How do you handle the challenge when you are coming into a situation where you know, there's a headliner, we're playing a little bit earlier on in the day. That is not an easy thing a lot of times, but a lot of bands enjoy that challenge.
We are one of those bands.
Yeah.
Obviously I'd love to be the headliner eventually and play at later time slots, but I really do enjoy being one of the openers, even though it was hot. Even though it was so hot. But we enjoy opening the crowd because, one, they're energetic, they're ready to start the day, and I feel like I can really get them to rock out. They're not, 5 beers deep and have been in the sun for 8 hours yet. I do enjoy that. And I like a challenge. I grew up, I love wrestling. So I always love the idea of being the heel and having to go out and turn the crowd. And I let the crowd kind of look at you like, who the hell are these guys? And then have them in the palm of your hand by the end.
Absolutely.
Even if they're booing. Just kidding, but they weren't.
But the power of you know what I didn't understand when
Boys, let's talk about Victory Men's Health. I have been going there for about almost 2 years now. My 2-year anniversary is right around the corner on this show, and they've been a sponsor pretty much from the start. And, man, I got to tell you, I am a fan. They take good care of me there, and they could take good care of you, too. It is a worthwhile investment that I probably never would have looked into had they not come on the show and sponsored me. And that's important to me to get the word out. Don't wait. Go and get your health checked out. You have to invest in your health. I was very much a stiff upper lip, Midwestern guy. Figured my health would just work itself out, and feeling like a pile of crap was just part of getting older. But that you might actually have something going on. I had an iron deficiency, worse than the one they've ever seen. In fact, they were like, wow, you have almost no iron in your blood. Turns out I was on a medication that was leaching iron from my blood. I had no idea. They got it corrected, got me on an iron pill. I feel better. And they've got me on all kinds of stuff. They got me on peptides. I'm feeling good. And they've got all kinds of medications for whatever might be ailing you. They've got ED meds. They've got testosterone therapy. They have peptides. They have weight loss therapy. They've got red light beds to put collagen back in your skin. And they've got, if you just nothing else, go there and get topped off on an IV drip in a zero-gravity chair. Moon and I were talking earlier today about going out there and having a little man date and getting topped off with one of these. Man, you feel like $1 million coming out of there, because they get you fully hydrated and get you running on all cylinders. So don't wait. Go to one of their 4 locations. There's one in Each O'Fallon, one in Town and Country, and one in Sunset Hills. Wherever one's near you, schedule yourself an appointment right now. Pull over, Frank. Schedule an appointment. VictoryMen'sHealth.com. VictoryMen'sHealth.com.
Will there be celebrity guests on this show? Who does number 2 work for? Have you ever wondered what your boss's bathroom routine is like? Well, me neither. But we might find out today whether we like it or not on the number 2 show. In the wild ecosystem of the workplace, there's a unique species we've all encountered and have to navigate. The boss. Ugh. Just as David Attenborough would guide us through the behaviors of lions and gazelles on the African plains, let me take you on an office safari. You won't need binoculars, but perhaps a strong cup of coffee or a sneaky sip of the flask you keep in your top drawer, Frank. That's right, Frank. We all know about the whiskey. Get a handle on things. From the prowling micromanager to the elusive Captain Cryptic, here's a glimpse into a few of the bosses you're bound to run into during your 9-to-5 jungle adventure. Hey, can we get a cool graphic right there? Like a cutaway to like a guy in a safari hat that's like, welcome to the jungle. And it's like, rawr, like a big jaguar noise. No. Okay, moving on with the monologue. The micromanager from hell stalks your every click like a digital big brother. If they could, they'd probably control your mouse pointer from their office. Personal space? They ain't never even heard of it. They want to camp out in your ass like it's Yosemite. The Ghost Boss. Paranormal Edition. Woo! Sightings are rarer than Bigfoot, but their cryptic midnight emails haunt your inbox and are damn near as blurry and unclear. You may never see them, but their passive-aggressive notes are proof enough that the truth is out there. Woo. The Parent Boss, but not really. They drop outdated slang, dab unironically, and think that TikTok is a brand of smartwatch. They're hip, they're cool, and they're dying to tell you a dad joke that will toe the line of getting HR involved. In a world where your boss could be a friend, a foe, or a complete enigma, navigating the workplace becomes a dark comedy in and of itself. Each day is a roll of the dice, a game of chance, or a slow descent into corporate madness. But welcome to the jungle, and don't forget your coffee. Welcome to the jungle! Rawr. What the hell, man? Where was that graphic when I asked for it at the beginning of the monologue? Well, today we're flipping the script. We're trading in that luxurious radio studio for something a little more intimate. My guest is the voice that wakes you up, shakes you up, and probably makes your morning commute bearable. It's the one, the only, the man who usually is number 1, but today finds himself in the number 2 spot. Scott Rizzuto.
Hi, Rafe.
Hey. How's it going, Riz?
Well, I'm just sitting in the stall here reading the walls.
Yeah, they did a great job. It looks good in here.
And I'm glad all the money in the budget went to this, because what I'm thinking is you kind of duped management here and you just wanted your own private bathroom.
It is. I was just saying it would be really funny if all of this was just a ruse to get you in here, because my dream has always been to just poop in front of you. And you poke your head around the stall and I'm just pinching one off right here in the stall. That would be a good practical joke, but
it would change our relationship.
Yeah, it would probably change my relationship with management too, because they did put up some money for this.
Yeah, so if you're to keep the theme of this, the number 2 show here, I saw the pilot episode, where it's it's all about the bathroom and what goes on in bathrooms. Seeing somebody with their poop face is definitely a relationship changer. It's like seeing your mother-in-law's belly button for the first time.
Yeah, that'll change your life. I think that's a good policy. I've never understood the open door poop policy in a relationship. It is hard enough to keep the spark alive without them seeing the vein in your forehead throbbing as you force one out.
I can't even imagine what my wife's face would look like. I don't want to even picture it, what that would look like, going the other way. I don't even like fart in front of my wife.
Really?
Yeah.
No fart policy in the Rizzuto house. Mm-hmm. Now I do fart. I do fart in front of my. I mean, at some point, you got to let one fly and see how it goes. And
Sure, listen, there's been accidental squeakers.
we're comedians, so we accept that farts are funny, and we ignore the fact that they also are gross. You know what? On the count of three, let's lift our hats up. I'm going to count to three, and I want us to both do our best. What we think our faces look like when we're pooping.
Oh man.
All right.
All right. We're not
Count
going to
us down.
We're not going to pixelate this out.
No, I think we're going to probably punch in.
This could ruin the YouTube algorithm.
Well, we're going to find out. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
It's baseball is officially back opening day tomorrow, and you could make opening day and every other game day more exciting with Underdog. Now, want to win up to 1,000 times your money? Download that Underdog app to play. Choose whether a player will go higher or lower on one of their stats: strikeouts, home runs, hits, and more. And they've got all your favorite leagues and teams and stars to choose from. In fact, you could create entries with all baseball selections or mix and match across other sports. Like you want to do a baseball thing, throw in a hockey thing, that's fine too. And you could play with as little as $1, and if you get everything right, you could win up to 1,000 times your money. So turn $1 into $1,000 just with your baseball knowledge. Download the Underdog app, sign up now using the promo code RIZZ, R-I-Z-Z, unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 in bonus credits when you make your first deposit. Join in on the fun when you sign up with promo code RIZZ. Claim your special offer today and get up to $1,000 in bonus credits instantly upon first deposit. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Massachusetts and Arizona, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24% helpline at 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
What an absolute honor. This is first Ho-Ho show of 2017. Headliner tonight, Rise Against, Tim McElrath from Rise Against. Absolute pleasure to meet you, man.
Good to be here, yeah.
So, okay, a couple of things that I wanted to ask you about, but I think I'm going to kind of start on the serious side of things, if that's all right
Let's
with you.
do it.
It is an unbelievable time in our country politically. Some people would maybe not say that it's a sad time politically, but I think that it's one of the lowest points that I can ever remember.
All right, let's play Rizz Show Password. We always have fun playing this game, and it's sponsored by
CarStar, your auto body repair expert. Hail damage, see them at carstar.com.
All right, so I will be the password giver. You guys on the phone will pick a Rizz Show teammate, Moon, Learn, Rafe, or King Scott. The Rizz Show member will administer one-word clues, and it's best of 3. You guys on the phone, you have a chance to win your way into that sold-out Jack White show, Collective Soul and Live, Point Fest, and tickets to go see Clutch. All right, and by the way, if you guess a word that's close, so I know the example Rafe always gives, so if the password is pharmacist and you guess pharmacy, I will say form of, and you get another shot at guessing.
Right.
Boom. Killing it.
All right, let's hit the phones.
One guess.
One guess. All right, Justin, hello.
How you doing?
All right, Justin, pick a Rizz Show teammate.
Go with Moon.
All right, Justin
All right.
and the Moon. And you're up against Abby. Hello, Abby.
Hello.
Abby, pick a teammate.
Rafe.
Abby and Rafe versus Justin and Moon.
All right.
I will administer the password.
Show the camera.
I will not show the camera, nor will I show the other Rizz Show members.
Okay.
So you could play along as well. Okay, there's the first word.
Got it?
There's the first word.
Huh.
Got it? Okay. Now, since Moon was picked first, he will administer the first clue to Justin.
Let's see. Okay, Justin. Foreigner.
Band.
I'm sorry, say that again? Band?
Band.
Okay. Okay, it's to Abby and Rafe.
All right, Abby, here's your clue. Unknown. Unknown.
Immigrant?
Immigrant, no.
Okay, you're going with
Okay, let's see. Justin, the clue is. Let's see. Shoot.
Ooh, man, I got the word.
Friend.
He said friend.
Say it again.
Friend.
Pen pal.
Pen pal, no. Rafe and Abby.
danger.
Online predator.
How is online predator one word?
Online predator.
How is online predator one word, Abby? You got it off the rails already.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. The other guy said pen pal.
That's one word at least. I think.
No, it's not.
All right.
All right, this is the fifth clue. Moon.
Justin, I'm going to say unfriend.
Stranger?
Stranger is the word. Stranger is the word.
Oh, man, that
Way
is
to
a
go.
tough one. It was
Unfriend.
a tough one.
Hey, y'all had a tough time with that, too.
No, danger was pretty good, I thought.
Danger was good.
Stranger,
Lauren,
danger.
did you figure it out?
No, I didn't. I was thinking like at first citizen or something else.
Okay.
Like foreigner and
I
unknown.
thought danger would have unlocked it, but online predator is what Abby guessed, and
yeah,
that was
well, she's afraid of that.
really
That's
stupid.
fine.
I'll
That's
be honest
good.
with you.
And dangerous.
Synonym.
All right, Abby, we got to have a comeback here.
I will administer the next word, and the next word is this. See that word? Can you see it?
Okay, I see it now. Yes, thank you.
The word?
I see it.
All right, since Moon and Justin won the first round, you get to choose whether you will administer the password first, or the clue first, or pass to Rafe and Abby.
You know what? I think Justin is going to get this.
Okay, here we go.
I'm going to try this.
Justin, you're up.
Justin, here we go. Ready?
All right.
Super.
Hero?
Oh, got it. Super
You delivered that the right way.
Justin's
hero.
a gosh
Yeah.
dang genius.
Congratulations.
Good delivery.
Hey, man, I didn't do it too hard. I didn't.
Super.
was like Mario.
I see that. I didn't do it like
He could
that.
have gone a bunch of different ways on that one.
I said the word.
Wow.
That's
Justin
good.
wins.
I actually think that's allowed in password.
I ever
I think it
so
is, too.
slightly inflected,
Yeah, that
just in
was
case.
smart.
Nice. That's a good. I'm not. It was a good clue.
All right.
'Cause I was like, I thought I was waiting for you to. I think you were going to say Superman.
Yeah, I thought there was more
You
coming
stopped.
out.
You go
thought about
super.
All right, now Learn and King are up.
Yo,
All right.
Justin, good job, dude.
Chris, hello.
Hello.
All right, Chris, you got Learn or King Scott?
We'll go with the king.
Okay,
Heck yeah.
Chris and King. And
Chris and
Kim.
Hi.
Hi. All right, Kim, you are with Learn.
Good.
All right, you got the
All
girl
right,
power thing going on. I will administer the password right now. And here is the first password in this
Okay.
matchup. Scott.
I'm not looking because I want to play too.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll start with Chris and King Scott.
All right, Chris. Let me think here. Let's go underground.
Subway.
Dang.
All right, Kim. Bat. B-A-T. Bat.
Cave.
Cave is the word.
Hey, that was great.
Cave is the word.
I was dumb. I was
Great
shocked.
second
Good job,
clue.
Kim.
Great second clue. Holy
Okay.
cow.
Sorry about that, Chris. That was my bad.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. The next password is. We'll administer it right now.
Okay.
Where it is.
Coming at you.
Oh.
Got it? Scott, here we go. Okay. What?
I just like seeing you hold it up to the glass like you're visiting him in
Yeah, well,
prison.
Scott's in another room. I can hold it up to the glass. All right, Learn. You guys won that last round, so you get to choose. Will you play or pass?
I'm going to play.
Whoa.
Okay, Kim.
All right, Kim,
Yeah.
here we go.
No.
Valentine.
Part.
Chris.
Okay. Cherish.
You say cherish?
Yes.
Love?
I got it. Dang.
Love was the word.
Great
Congratulations.
job.
Almost feel like he's going. Chris is going through something, and he's like, I don't even want to say it.
I don't want to talk about
It's not real, but I'll say it.
Okay.
Love.
Final round. This is it. For all the marbles. I'm administering the word. See it?
Yeah. Is that okay?
Do you not?
Your psycho handwriting
I
is
know.
strange. Okay.
Oh, boy. Wait, okay, the lower one.
That's an R.
Okay. All right.
I mean, come on.
I was just making sure.
You know the other letters.
We'll decide what we know later. Okay, here we go.
mean, come on.
Sometimes my R's look like N's. Okay, fine. All right. King Scott won the last one with Chris. Chris and King Scott, are you going to play or pass?
I'm gonna let's see here. I think I'm gonna pass.
Pass to learn and Kim. Here we go.
Okay, Kim. News.
News.
Story.
Scott.
Broadcaster.
Announcer?
You have it yet, man?
All
That's
right,
it?
Kim.
That's it?
Got it.
I got it?
All right, Kim. Heavy.
Anchor.
Anchor's the word. Anchor is the word. Congratulations
Learn.
Way to go, Kim.
to Kim and Learn.
Good
They
clues.
are the winners
Wow.
in today's edition of Rizz Show Password. All right. Well done, guys. Well done.
That was fun. Good words.
A little better. A little better. I'm going to find that pocket.
It's hard.
I know.
It's hard not to go too far.
I know.
And send yourself into the insane asylum.
All right, sports after the break. It's 9:12. It is Wednesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. We got 270 eastbound between Manchester and Ladue. There are delays. Your point forecast, mostly sunny. High of 66. Right now it is 52 at the Point Studio.
Oh, hey, how's it going, man? Hey, good to see you, Have a seat, man. Just wanted to have a chat with you, King Scott's Virginity, just to talk with you real fast and just to say, first of all, thank you for everything that you've done for King Scott and for his lovely fiance. And I also wanted to say that you've been such a big part of our lives, whether it's the show or just in our personal lives. And relationships end, and it's time for you to go. And I didn't want you to be shocked, to be surprised or anything, so I wanted to give you an idea of what's going to be happening on the wedding night, what's to come, so to speak. So when two people are in love, they get married, and then after they get married...
Well, March is the time for madness and major savings. And right now you can get major savings over there at Anton's. Anton's Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Energy experts. For a limited time only, you can take advantage of their 48-month no-interest financing. 48 months on new HVAC systems or plumbing projects. You get 4 whole years of comfort and reliability with no extra costs sneaking up on you. So you don't have to let your old system or any sort of plumbing issues call the shot this season. Upgrade now and enjoy that home court advantage of top-tier comfort, efficiency, unbeatable savings, total indoor comfort. That's what they specialize in over at Anton's Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Energy experts. But hurry, just like your bracket, this offer is not going to last forever. You can call them at 314-338-3941 or go to the website antonshvac.com. You can schedule your free estimate and see all that they can do for you as they focus on total home comfort. They also offer insulation, ductwork, ceiling, and energy audits, energy assessments to find any sort of inefficiencies in your home. Again, that website is antonshvac.com, ANTONSHVAC.com.
Hey, it's Lux, and I'm backstage at Point Fest with the Glorious Sons. What's up, guys?
How you doing?
This is your second Point Fest in a row.
Yep.
Not only were you invited once, but you've been invited back again. How has this day shaped up compared to last year?
It was a nice day.
Nice
Good
day?
crowd,
Great
crowd. Great
today.
crowd, yeah.
Good crowd, great crowd.
I needed that show today.
Did you?
Yep.
Where
I
were you
didn't.
guys? Oh,
Brett
I
didn't,
could have
but
just
I
stayed
did.
home and done this. So where were you guys last night?
Oklahoma.
Good. You know what?
Rocklahoma.
Rocklahoma.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big festival.
Yeah.
Did you get to see any cool bands?
No. We stayed in our bus and we left before tornado hit.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, really?
I don't think a tornado
No,
actually
it
hit,
didn't
but
hit,
there
but
was like a
Bad weather?
I
Yeah,
just
bad
didn't
weather
wanna
warning.
Get hit by that one.
Never even seen a tornado, so I'm quite scared of them actually. To be
No,
honest.
we have them quite often here in Missouri, but I have heard today's should be okay. So, but also maybe after the show,
Yeah, we'll leave.
leave the Midwest for a little, leave the Midwest for a little bit. May is not a great month.
Hunker
for
down
us.
in the casino.
Yeah.
Well, I know we talked about this the last time that we chatted. That you guys are hockey fans.
Not really, to be honest. Packer, our drummer, and Jesse, our guitar tech, are major Leafs fans. But I think we've both kind of grown out of it. It gets kind of spoon-fed to you.
Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
I was going to
from-
say, is it being a Canadian? That's like, is that like just a thing that everybody?
Yeah,
you
well,
expect?
it's a huge sport in the country, but I mean, I think there's a lot of people also that get sick of hearing about it.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people.
Oh, darn! Because I was going to say, here in St. Louis, going into the Stanley Cup Finals next
But
week.
you're playing my boys, the Bruins. I'm a Bruins fan.
What?
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
He's not a real hockey
Yes,
fan.
I am.
He's a he's a
Bruins fan.
fraud. He's a liar.
I'm a Patriots fan. I'm a Bruins fan.
He hasn't
I'm
didn't
a Celtics fan, even though I don't watch.
He didn't watch one single game all year.
It's horseshit.
Well, hey, I follow you guys on social media, and one of you tweeted out a great moment between the Las Vegas Knights and the San Jose Sharks. Just a nice nut shot, and I thought, oh god, these guys are hockey guys.
That's the extent of my fanship. Is that highlight right there? I love
cool.
that.
I watched it a few times over
Yeah.
last night, like
Yeah, it
a
was
few times.
brilliant.
It really was. Well,
Art.
this is something I do know about you. You're foodies.
Yeah, Jay
Hey.
is. I kind of follow in Jay's wake on that one.
Oh, yeah?
He's a big foodie.
Have you tried any of the St. Louis local foods the times that you've been here?
You know what? Yes, actually. Last time, I don't know. I can't tell this story actually.
Too bad.
We did go.
Last
out
time I
for,
was in a
like,
bathtub full of toasted wraps. Things got weird.
It involved a vape pen and up my nose, and then I
Oh, man.
blacked out while I was.
Jay's not very good at handling his weed. Neither am I.
Smoke a vape pen up my nose, and then. So last time I was here, I was.
That
gonna
must be the
"Yeah, we went
Canadian
up
way.
this
I'm not
great
I'm not sure I'm on that.
It got completely erased.
gigantic lightweight, and you decided to smoke it up his nose for a night. And
Yeah. So.
But that's when I mean, you must have loved everything
it was
you
the
ate
best
then, right?
meal of my fucking life.
I know.
St. Louis food is so good.
I kind of didn't get a chance to eat that night, so.
Oh no! So you've never tried gooey butter cake or?
I didn't know that was a real thing.
Oh god, it's butter and it's cake. As you
Sounds
can imagine,
pretty
it's
good.
gooey.
Does it taste like bread and butter? by
It
any
tastes
chance?
like sugar, like just pure
Oh.
sugar.
Cool. I mean, I'm in.
You guys had toasted raviolis? No.
No.
You've had regular raviolis, right?
Yeah.
Imagine them toasted and dipped like little fried pieces of
Okay,
goodness.
like deep fried.
Yeah, deep fried.
So our drummer, like, he goes to every city and like Googles what the like main
Yeah.
cultural food is, like the Chicago hot dogs.
You need one of those in every band, right?
Like he'll eat it even if it makes him sick. Every city.
He loves the hot dogs. They're friggin' disgusting.
It's
I love hot dogs.
A juicy
the
Lucy
Chicago
in
hot dogs
Minnesota.
don't look that
It's
good.
like it's all these
Yeah.
weird things that he eats, and it's just like, dude, that's not.
Oh,
that's
no.
It's just stuff people convince themselves is good over time. To be a
Yeah,
part of
is that what
something.
it is?
Kind of like being a Christian or something.
Yeah, you're like, it's good. It's just good. You know, we're all doing it. It's everywhere. It's all around us. We're in it.
All right, interview over.
No.
Radio edit.
No, I don't edit that out.
So, what do you guys eat on the bus then? Like, what do you guys? I mean, if hot dogs are out.
I try not to eat on the bus.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I saw a video where you made some mango salsa on the bus, and I'm
That
just
was
wondering.
me, and
Yeah, I'm wondering if I can get that recipe.
It didn't taste that good, to be honest. And
looked good.
it's Michelle's recipe, but I screwed it up royally. So, and it was for some cooking show, and we had to do something. So I tried that. I mean,
It looked better than it tasted then, I guess, because it looked good from my angle.
It was kind of like
Through
one of
the
those,
TV.
you know, when you make a meal for your mom and she says it's good?
Yeah.
That's kind of what it was like. It wasn't that good. It was just like a.
But I'd be like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
It was pretty good.
You did a good job. Well, the last time you were here for Point Fest, my friend Mac interviewed you, and she asked you when you guys felt like you had made it, and your answer was that you were going to get to open for the Rolling Stones.
Save you money on your groceries. Now they're doing this whole we're lowering the price on 2,300 items around the store. That's a big deal. It's big news. So Schnucks has lowered the price on over 2,300 items around all their stores. They've lowered prices on things like Jack's Pizzas or Ore-Ida Potatoes, Tyson Family Pack Chickens, Organic Girl Salad Kits, even those big 32-ounce Chobani yogurt tubs and stock cold brew coffee. Lower prices on both those things. And with 2,300 items, they've bound to have lowered the price on something you love. So you got that, and you also have the Schnucks Rewards app, which when you use that, you earn 2% back on everything you buy. It's simple. You shop, you earn, you redeem. Just show your barcode in the app or use your phone number at checkout. And not only do you get points for money off, the Schnucks Rewards app has a lot of other features designed to make your grocery shopping easier. I mean, shop directly in the app, order delivery, order curbside pickup, you schedule, Schnucks delivers. It's effortless. If you can't find something, it's easy with the search in the app. Plus, hundreds of exclusive digital offers and coupons. It's everyday savings you can count on, all at your local Schnucks. Download the Rewards app and new lower prices every day on 2,300 items.
All right, so here we are backstage, way back Point Fest, and we are absolutely thrilled. Myself, Mr. Jeff Burton.
Thank you. It's thrilling to be here with you. Oh, you're talking about them.
right. Noodles and Peanut, gentlemen, it's great to see you. Thanks for coming back.
You guys get along like me and Noodles get along.
Yeah,
I can see that.
I mean, like, we have known each other.
Rizzuto Show. Happy birthday, Rizz! So we got sports here with Moon in a second. I don't know if you are going to cover this, Moon, but the high school basketball coach who was fired.
I'll give it to you.
Oh, did you see the story though?
No.
How kind.
Yeah, I got it right here. Let me give it to you.
Oh, okay. As Moon hands me the paper. No, this guy in upstate New York, I don't know if the video went viral of him pulling the girl's hair.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did see that. I'm sorry.
So this New York high school girls basketball coach, he yanked a player's hair, I guess, after the team lost last week. And the incident was caught on camera. The girl standing next to the victim, call her victim, like stood in the way to prevent the coach from doing more. I mean,
Wow.
it's a crazy story. And the coach was obviously fired. 81-year-old coach. I don't know if they said why he was pissed off.
Hates hair.
It looked. I couldn't tell what was going. It looked like maybe she was out on the floor a little bit, arguing a call or something.
It was after the
I couldn't
game.
tell what was going on.
According to the coach, the senior directed an expletive towards him, which led to him pulling her hair. So she cursed at him. He pulled her hair.
Oh, well then.
By all means.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
Adult.
She's a high school kid.
And high
You have
schooler.
to
Good
be a
God.
bigger person. Pulling her hair.
Pulled her hair. I mean, he's
Jerked her
81.
ponytail.
It's, you know, the obviously the school district was like, this is completely unacceptable. So fired.
The other girl was a boss in the video.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. She protected the
It was
player
cool.
from maybe further escalation.
Yeah, she shut it down pretty quick, which I thought for a high school. It was a very mature response for a high school age person.
I don't know. And my thought is, as a dad, let's say I'm sitting in the stands as a father and I'm watching my daughter on the sideline and a male coach, pull her hair in a manner that is aggressive. I don't know what I would do.
Or the mom. I would say mom would be down there in a heartbeat.
I would be more scared of my daughter's mother.
Yeah, I would as well.
You might have to. He's 80. You might have to send mom.
I'd have to send mom.
Be like, all right, you got to beat this guy's ass.
She'd
Like,
be out there before me.
Yeah.
She would be out there
The hand
before.
was going anywhere near her hair.
You would have to send your wife because, as we know, your hands
Are registered
Yeah.
with
That
the
could be
state of
God
Missouri
dang, man.
That's true.
as soft. These hands
So
are too soft. I've gone the other way. I've registered my hands as soft hands.
Hey, these buttons aren't going to push them.
I know. I once got a callus from pushing the mic on button. But yeah, it's a wild video. I mean, yeah, she's got a ponytail. He yanks her.
He like jerks a knot in her. You know,
I don't care how old you are. Dad deserves a roundhouse kick. One.
At least to the diapers.
maybe that's the one time you hope Grandpa's still alive, and he's there, like the old World War II Grandpa that's just been grinding his teeth and at
Waiting to
night,
fight something.
thinking about D-Day and just not telling anybody about it because that's what men did in the 40s.
Yeah.
And he's got all this pent-up anger and depression and sadness about what he saw on the beaches of Normandy, and he sees his granddaughter's ponytail get jerked by a man approximately his age, and he's like, it's freaking go time for Pop.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be awesome.
And he hops up out of that wheelchair.
My grandpa would have. He was that kind of guy.
Yeah. I don't know. Again, as a father, ooh, you see a guy, an older guy.
And he is old. Like in the video, he is visibly old. He's an old guy.
I mean, it'd be justified to at least push him to the ground, right?
Yeah.
Remember Don Zimmer, the old bench coach for the Yankees, went after Pedro Martinez? And Pedro Martinez took him and threw him on the ground?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Back in 03 or 04.
And he got a lot of heat for that, too.
After everybody saw what the video was, and it was Zimmer that was the aggressor.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah, but Martinez still got a lot of heat because it's like.
What was he supposed to do?
I
Listen,
don't
as a
know.
Yankee fan, I'll give it.
He olayed.
He olayed him. But it was like, oh my God, an old man's on the ground. He looks like a turtle. He can't get up.
Down.
It was just a sad roll. That's all.
It
The roll.
It was.
The,
But it's just,
the Zimmer, the stiff old man body roll got Zimmer a lot of sympathy in that video.
those sad rolls can be
Looked
potentially.
like a Life Alert commercial.
I'm falling.
Yeah, the coach looked like the old Six Flags guy. You know, a less
what I'm
lively
imagining.
version.
Okay, so if somebody does that to your daughter, he's 81 years old. Is a push down justified?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. Show the kids the
How you
proper
handle
behavior
this.
here.
You get in their face. Lots of yelling.
Well, yeah, you show them how to handle your business
No,
by
you-
throwing an old man to the ground, right?
You
Am I
thought
right?
what she said was
Lesson
bad.
learned.
Where she learned it from.
Lesson
Here we
learned.
go.
Yeah, I think you got to go circle of life, man.
Oh man. Yeah, well, you'll find yourself in a circle cell if you attack the dude.
I ain't no judge. Ain't no jury gonna convict you.
Right. Yeah, that's what you should say as you're toppling down the bleachers. Ain't no judge.
Ain't no judge
jury gonna stop me.
Convict me. No way. All right, here's sports. All right, Moon, what do you got?
Sports presented by DraftKings at Casino Queen. Play, stay, and dine. Visit DraftKings at CasinoQueen.com for special promotions. The Blues continued their red-hot run. Tuesday night, cruising to a 6-1 win over the Canadiens and extending their win streak to 7 games. Broberg led the charge with a goal and 3 assists, while 5 other Blues players found the back of the net. St. Louis is now 13-2-2 since the Four Nations break. Incredible. Handing Montreal just their second regulation loss in that span. With Minnesota losing to Vegas, and the Blues are now just 2 points behind the Wild for the West. For the first wild card spot in the West. Though Minnesota holds a game in hand, St. Louis also holds a narrow lead over Vancouver and Calgary for the second wild card position. The Blues head to Nashville on Thursday, looking to make it 8 straight wins. The New York Giants just made waves by signing veteran QB Russell Wilson.
How about that? So I guess the Aaron Rodgers whole going to New York thing is not going to happen.
No, his options are drying up. 1-year deal worth up to $21 million. $21 million. I'm pretty sure Russell is 36.
Well, Jameis Winston is the backup.
Yeah, it brings some experience to the roster. The bigger question is what it means for their draft plans. With number 3 overall pick, many expected the Giants to go all in on a rookie quarterback, possibly Shador Sanders or another.
Shador Sanders, who's Deion's son, coming out of Colorado State.
Nice.
Coming out of Colorado, sorry.
Wilson's arrival may suggest otherwise, or it could be simply a short-term bridge while they groom the future face of the
I
franchise.
think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be Deion Sanders' son going to the Giants. That's where they want to go. Deion, he keeps saying that.
Well, they're saying he's probably going to go second. What's the other guy that's going to go first?
Caleb.
Yeah, something.
He
Caleb
just had a
Wade or
workout.
something.
He just had a workout day that his price just went up because he did so well.
Oh, boy.
Oh, good for him. Let's see. Hey, back to NHL just for a second. In a wild finish between the Islanders and the Blue Jackets, the referees blew a call that the hockey fans everywhere are super pissed about, shaking their heads all over. It was a would-be tying goal by Brock Nelson in the third period, waved off despite replays showing the puck appear to fully cross the line. The officials ruled it a no-goal, and Columbus held on for the win. Social media exploded, calling it one of the worst missed calls in NHL history. With playoff spots on the line, this isn't just a bad look. Could be a season-altering blunder. Bummer. March Madness living up to the hype. UConn's shot at a three-peat ended in stunning fashion after a 77-75 loss to number 7 Florida. Meanwhile, Maryland delivered one of its wildest moments of the tournament when Yammer Young banked in a deep 3 at the buzzer to upset number 3 Baylor, with multiple high seeds already knocked out and the underdogs rising fast. This year's NCAA tournament is kind of pure chaos, and the fans are loving every minute.
Well,
of it.
no, there's zero madness to March Madness. All the number 1 seeds. There have been no upsets.
Pure chaos.
There have been no
Pure
Cinderella
chaos.
stories.
No, it just depends on
That Maryland game over the weekend was like the craziest.
That was the only.
There were a couple
real.
upsets.
Maybe St. John's lost, but that, I mean,
It got
no,
down to the last 2 seconds. Like that made me believe in March Madness.
no
that game.
Cinderella stories this year. But if you
You're
want
right.
to, if you want to, throw some money down on some games, the new Spread Zone podcast is out, and it's all about the Sweet 16.
You're going to talk about the chaos and
Or the lack
and
thereof.
Madness. Okay, I'm trying to help you out.
Who's this?
Hey, money is money,
I'm
buddy.
trying to help you out.
Hey, it doesn't have to be chaos or quote unquote madness to make money on games.
There's a double digiter in there, right? Arkansas, they're a 10, right? 10 seed.
Yeah, but they beat St. John's, and it's John Calipari who is a legendary coach. So it's not like a ooh wow, a number 10 beat a number 2.
But I'm saying at this point, the closest thing to March Madness is Arkansas going deep.
Ooh, pigs,
Right?
suey pigs, or something.
Because everybody else is
Razorbacks?
isn't everyone else like
Yeah.
a 6 or above?
That's some serious
ish.
business down there.
Ish.
Auburn's still in, yeah. Alabama's
Auburn's
still in,
number
right?
1. All the number 1 seeds are through. So
Roll Tide for my mother-in-law. Roll Tide. I'm mooning that for sports because whatever, man.
all right, thank you. One final break. We'll come back. Wrap her up.
Donnie Fandango from 105.7 The Point. Very happy to be joined by Dan Reynolds, frontman of Imagine Dragons. And Dan, we have a lot to talk about, but you are involved in one of my favorite life moments, and I have to tell you about it. And I've been wanting to tell you about it since it happened. It came up in my memories about 3 years ago this past weekend, and I had a chance to take, at that time, my 10-year-old daughter to see you guys live. My daughter's now 13, and some days are rough. And she's an amazing girl. But that day at your show, Dan, for the first time, I got to watch her get completely lost in a show. Her eyes.
Floors. Maybe you're working from home today. Just take a good look at them. Do they look like crap? Okay. All right. That's all right. You know, we all have had a crappy floor situation a time or two. But if you are sick of it and you are wanting a better experience for your sweet patoots, might I suggest Michael's Flooring. This is a company that's been in St. Louis for more than 30 years. They have inventory like you wouldn't believe. And if you don't believe me, please go and go look at the outlets. There's 3 of them. There's Dardine Prairie, there's St. Peter's, there's Creve Court, which is right down the street from the Point. So there you go. Easier than 1, 2, 3. You know, you just go to Michael's Flooring if you want to go see it in person. But hey, I get it. We like to stock things before we actually, step foot into a building. So go to igotfloored.com and just, I don't know, figure out what kind of floors you might want. Oh, you have no idea. Well, guess what? They have professionals there to answer your questions. You have a budget you're trying to stick with. Maybe there's a certain material you're trying to avoid, etc. Michael's Flooring can help you out with all that. igotfloored.com.
All right, first big summer show of 2018. We've got 30 Seconds to Mars and Wellesley Arms and Walk the Moon and K-Flay. How are you?
I'm doing great.
It's really great to see you. I got to tell you this, though, kind of changing up the interview from where I thought I was going to go. I want to know about the fitness regime in which that you have, how you do it out there when it's 105 degrees, because I need to.
Okay, so we've just started something. We're calling it Witness the Fitness.
Okay.
It's good branding, right?
Right.
We're off to a good start. But basically, like, with a tour like this, too, we have a lot of downtime.
Sure.
So we're trying to take, like, times when we could do bad things and do good things.
Oh, very good. So you're just kind of keeping yourself busy, more or less.
Sort of.
But then also doing something very good for your mind and for your body as well.
Exactly, because I feel like one of the things, there's like a weird cycle that can happen on tour where you get locked into this like never changing like Groundhog Day thing.
Sure.
And this is a good way to disrupt that potentially damaging cycle.
Absolutely so. But I mean, and also too, though, I mean, you're kind of able again to do something for the body as well as.
Yeah, and it's good for the mind.
Yeah.
It's very good for the mind.
You don't do well with downtime, I'm assuming. Like as far as
Right.
like you get bored, probably super easy.
I do get pretty bored, yeah.
Well, what do you do like when you're not working, when you're not touring? I assume we've had this conversation before where I know you write a lot, where you're always doing something, but I would think downtime would almost be your enemy to a certain extent, just for you personally. You know what I mean? You probably don't dig it.
This is like a therapy session. Yes,
Yeah. I'm good at that.
I have trouble with quiet. So yeah, I'm working on that. I mean, for the most part, honestly, this last like couple of years has been pretty much work stuff.
Right.
Pretty relentlessly, which is, I mean, I also just like making music pretty fundamentally, so that feels like it's always worthwhile, even if it's not going to be a song for me, if I'm just like trying to get better at guitar and recording riffs in my bedroom or something like that. But I listen to a lot of podcasts. I read a lot. I do a lot of crossword puzzles.
Yeah.
Big crossword puzzle fan.
I've turned to the crossword puzzle game here recently, which is because it's never sort of been my thing.
Okay.
But then my two youngest like really got into it as the school year went on. So I found myself like actually buying like a crossword puzzle book at the grocery store in the checkout. Yeah. Now I'm only a couple in and I'm not very good at it, but it's a nice little challenge for the brain. You know what I mean? Like I find myself like actually probably using parts of my brain I wouldn't be using otherwise.
Yeah, we've been talking about this. Crossword puzzles are like an interesting skill, like a very specific skill. I was sort of like trained by my father to do them and be good at them. So I started doing like the New York Times Sunday puzzle, not like I needed help, but as a young kid. And you kind of learn like there's a language to crossword puzzles that you develop over time. So you kind of have to do them to be.
I'm talking to you. Are you not feeling like you once did, and you want to turn the clock back to the man you saw in the mirror 5, 10, or even 15 years ago? You may be suffering from low testosterone. Low energy, you're not motivated, you're tired all the time, you're feeling anxious, you're moody, you're irritable. Gentlemen, low libido, which is causing big-time problems in your relationships. Well, Mentality, they got you. Mentality, it's in the name. Mentality is a local healthcare facility that specializes in helping men feel and perform at their very best. Your first visit, a board-certified physician will provide a full physical, a consultation, and a blood panel analysis. Let's see what's going on inside you. And they focus on free testosterone levels, which many doctors overlook, ensuring your treatment is tailored to your body. Your energy is going to come roaring back. Your belly fat's going to burn off. You feel like yourself again, confident, driven, ready to tackle life, and most insurance is accepted. It's an accessible option. Mentality, Chesterfield, Mentality, South County. MentalityHealth.com/radio, MentalityHealth.com/radio.
What an absolute honor. This is first Ho-Ho show of 2017. Headliner tonight, Rise Against, Tim McElrath from Rise Against. Absolute pleasure to meet you, man.
Good to be here, yeah.
So, okay, a couple of things that I wanted to ask you about, but I think I'm going to kind of start on the serious side of things, if that's all right with you.
Let's do
it. It is an unbelievable time in our country politically. Some people would maybe not say that it's a sad time politically, but I think that it's one of the lowest points that I can ever remember.
Yeah.
As somebody that is keeping track of what's going on in the world, like I know you guys do, sometimes myself I get so frustrated with just the daily just punch in the face of it all that I kind of want to back away from it. How do you consume the news that's out there, and do you ever get that feeling like when you're reading like Twitter or Facebook or something, like, God, I feel like I got punched in the face just trying to get through the news of the day?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's so overwhelming, and you're like, we live in such a tumultuous time right now, especially in American history. And for a band like us who've been plugging away this for like 18 years and singing about the ills of society and singing about things where places where we find injustice, we want to put water where the fire is. That's kind of what we do. And so to have all these ideas that we thought made such progress on, I feel like racism and sexism and homophobia and xenophobia, and I feel like all that stuff kind of has come to rear its ugly head back again. And in this administration has such a permissive culture around all those ideas, which is sad. It lets you know and it reminds you that the monsters of racism and sexism don't ever really go away. You know, we put them behind bars, but they find their way out. You know, if we don't constantly maintain that visibility on those issues. And so it's interesting, as a band that's been trying to rile people up for 18 years, I'm excited to see people riled up.
Sure.
I don't care that if it wasn't Rise Against to do it. I don't care what did it.
Right.
And certainly this election did it. So I get to see a lot of people who have opened their eyes, a lot of people who have traditionally buried their head in the sand, who have now come out and said, I gotta be more engaged. I have to speak up when I hear something that's wrong. I see what happens now when good people stay silent, you know? And so we've been a band through 4 different presidential administrations. So we also
somebody in your life, some sort of youth that you care for that you think is maybe going in the wrong direction. You're not even sure what direction to turn to. You don't know where to go, what resources might be out there. What's it going to cost you? Is it going to be confidential? Let me tell you about Prevent Ed, prevention education. PreventEd.org has this guide ed program that is absolutely incredible. And you know, parents, school administrators, school counselors, they're all referring any sort of, youth that you're concerned with turning towards substance abuse for whatever reason. And they have 2 offices, a main office right here in Olive and one in Franklin County. And you can give them a call. It's pretty easy. And like I said, this is confidential. Information obtained in evaluations during counseling is protected by the state and federal law. They are there to protect you and make sure that these kiddos are being pointed in the right direction. And this is a program that allows youth up to age 19 to receive substance abuse assessment by a counselor at no cost to families. And after the assessment, an appropriate referral is provided. Every assessment and recommendation is individualized to develop the most fitting plan for each kiddo, for each youth that you think might be turning to drugs for any reason. Look at some of the stats of the kids that have gone through this program and how high the percentages of kids that are not turning towards drugs after this. Check it out. It's Prevent Ed. Again, prevent like prevention, ed like education, PreventEd.org.
Joined in the Point Studio now by the mastermind behind Ghost, Tobias Forge. How are you, man?
I'm good, thank you. How do you do?
I'm doing really well. It's an absolute great pleasure to have you here, and the absolute ferocious fan base of Ghost has me completely petrified that I'm going to screw this interview up because they
then don't.
Right. Well, that's the idea. But it's one of those really great things in getting to talk about Ghost right now because you can just feel all the excitement and everything kind of not starting to come together, but just continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger. That has got to be an amazing thing for you to see on your side of things.
Of course it is. I mean, I've done many records in my life that did cause nothing, you know. So it's you never know how many times you will have this feeling. So I'm trying to sort of absorb it and enjoy it whilst it's here, and yeah, no, it's a fantastic feeling.
When I had read, and again, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I had read, kind of when the process and the thought process for this was beginning, that you thought that you would have a certain audience that would dig it, that would enjoy it, and that it might even be kind of like sort of an art thing that you could potentially see at like an art installation. Are you yourself a little surprised that it is grown into what it has become now?
Yes. I mean, obviously everything is a gradual sort of these epiphanies of what you can achieve obviously comes gradually. And now obviously I know what took us here, but there was definitely a thousand things that I could never have predicted back in 2008 or 9 or 10 or 11.
Sure.
And so yeah, it's mind blowing, but yeah, I don't know what to say really. I knew I liked it and the material in the beginning and whenever I played it to people, it seemed to have caused a reaction that seemed that indicated that there was definitely a crowd for it.
Absolutely.
But going from there to here, it's a long It's a long way to the top.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to specifically seeing you tonight at you guys tonight at Peabody, because the theater is just beautiful. Like it is completely perfect for this type of show. As the shows get bigger, I'm sure the work putting into the show gets greater as well, but the end result has to be unbelievably rewarding when you get a little bit more room and you get more bells and whistles that you can incorporate into the show. It has to be a really great thing to be a part of and see as it goes along.
It is. As a perfectionist, it's also a very grueling, because everything is a work in progress all the time, and a lot of the things that I have in mind right now are, since we're doing a few arena shows this fall, and that's where we intend to sort of keep it in the future. There's a lot of moving parts that needs to go, and we just started.
Time of year again, allergies, pollen invading your house. So if you got somebody you live with who's got bad allergies, bad asthma, hey, you may want to get those air ducts cleaned out. And you got to call Zero Res. Spring is the time for renewal, so let Zero Res help you refresh your home with clean carpets, fresh floors, and improved air quality. Remove winter's buildup and lingering odors. Give your home a fresh, spring-ready feel. Those air ducts are important. Your air ducts are the lungs of the home. If they're dirty, your air quality suffers. We just had ours cleaned out last week. You could feel the difference, and also less dust bunnies around. So this month with Zero Res, get 3 rooms Zero-Resified from St. Louis's #1 carpet and air duct cleaner, starting at $119, and take $75 off that air duct cleaning. Call Zero Res 314-474-2020 or book online anytime at ZeroResSTL.com and say you want the Rizz Show special. Spelled backward or forward, spells the same at Zero Res. Let's get to Moon's list of things he would like
Moon's
to achieve
bucket
before
list.
death.
There's some cool ones on here, man. There's a couple cool ones. Let's start with number 1. Moon wants to drive a monster truck, which is rad as hell. And I at least want to ride shotgun.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man. Growing up in St. Louis, big Bigfoot fan, as everyone should be. Mm-hmm. And, man, we've gone to this Monster Jam. Monster Jam always invites me out and has had me out for years and years, and take the kids, and it's just been the most fun experience every single time it comes through. We do a whole family event with it, and every time, Scott and I have done this, where we get down on the track, on the dirt beforehand for the pre-show, and when you're next to one, how can you not be driven to want to drive it?
You
sit there and you go, I am compelled.
You have?
Oh yeah. I drove the Tailgater.
Dang.
A couple years ago.
Did not know that.
There's no second seat. It's only one seat, so you can't ride shotgun.
Dang. That's fine. Man. It's better.
I want to go.
Probably, and I have pictures, probably one of the coolest things I've done. I got to drive it over at the racetrack.
I didn't know.
I didn't get to crush any cars.
You didn't?
No.
It's candy.
They let me by myself in the car, like here.
Yeah.
Now, they did
have...
have...
the foot pedals and everything?
The whole thing.
Oh, wow. See, this is what I want to do.
The whole thing. Dude. Now, the guy whose truck it was did have a kill switch, and they have those.
Yeah, that's fine.
You ain't have those just in case I got out of control.
Just in case I try
to remote kill switch?
Like a remote kill switch.
He's going for the backflip.
Yeah. All
That's
the trucks
dope.
have them.
Can I ask this?
That is a great bucket list item, and
yeah, that one's
awesome.
awesome.
Great. In my head, every monster truck has that gas pedal that looks like a bare foot.
Yep, with a claw.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Like it just looks like 5 toes and a bare foot that's like says "Life Rips" on it or something like that.
You got to climb in, through the bottom.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
doors don't
man,
open.
dude, I am jealous
no
of
doors.
this.
Yeah, this one's so cool. I hope Corey Rummel is the one that lets you ride or drive his truck.
Now, would you drive the old Bigfoot that I see sitting?
Yeah, but that ain't what I'm looking for.
You want a modern?
That would be sick. Like
there is modern Bigfoot.
Yeah, they have the.
Yeah, we don't want.
All right, it's time to make your yard look beautiful. It's time to have that beautiful green yard all summer long and the rest of the year where you just walk out there without your shoes and you could just truly enjoy your property. So reach out to Green Ivy Lawns. I've been using them for a few years now, and they do an incredible job because they use products that are formulated for our soil right here They don't use some generic, cheap, ineffective national product. No, they use stuff that they've formulated for us right here, our Missouri soil, our weather conditions, and the turf types. And we're going to have some more and more rain coming up, so that means those weeds are going to start bouncing up. I went walking the other day, and all the green is starting to slowly climb back to life, so that means those weeds are going to start popping up there, and you want to get that taken care of right now. So have Green Living Lawns come over, because they actually have an incredible crabgrass formula to help prevent that, so they can actually get your yard to look perfect, healthy, and it'll be well maintained, because Green and Lawn, they have service professionals who are commercially licensed by the Missouri Department of Agriculture, and they're not part-timers. These are real deal, background checked, awesome folks that will come over to your property and make your yard look incredible and have a healthy yard all year. So reach out to Green Envy Lawns. That's greenenvylawns.com.
So if you change my mind 1,000 times, you better hear them say, yeah, 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 I like it that way. Any man of mine better change their line. He better squeeze and a please and a
We are backstage at Point Fest, and what a day in which this has been already.
Oh, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, joined by Hailstorm.
Yeah.
Thank you
Hi.
so very much.
Hey.
It's great to see you
We're
guys.
our invisible
third member.
Yes,
Hey,
yes, yes.
how you doing?
We're the hail half of Hailstorm.
I have to tell you this, and I know you don't remember this because it's been years and years and years, and I don't even remember how many years at this point. But the very first time that you came through the Point, you were on my when I was doing mornings at that time.
Yes,
And it really seems like a decade ago, and it might have been a
It
decade
might have
ago.
been. I don't know. Time is very elastic right now.
Absolutely.
It's like it went by like that fast, but it feels like a different
It was
lifetime.
probably 2009. It was probably the first album cycle. Like,
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And we were in the parking lot. And
Absolutely so. Absolutely so. Boy, things have changed mightily.
Yes.
New record is out. All
It
right,
is.
we're playing the Steeple right now, which is
thank you guys for
fantastic.
spinning it,
But one of the things that I absolutely love about when a band has something new, I'm always amazed when I go see a band right after they have something new, and the guy next to me somehow already knows every freaking word to every. Like, dude, I've listened to this album twice. I don't know how you can, but like. How
Steel Trap, man.
Right? How quickly, when you've got a new record out like you do you start to see non-radio singles getting yelled back at you?
It's pretty incredible. Not only the record wasn't even out a couple days, and we went out on tour, and it was like from the first day, people are singing songs that like I'm having trouble remembering.
You know, it's funny. I was just saying, we don't remember all the lyrics,
and,
you know?
and not only that, but there are so many people that have gotten tattoos of the lines of the songs, and I'm like, the album just came out, dude. It's crazy. So
how do you know for
it's
sure it's not going to
wonderful.
suck? Sure you want to get that tattooed on you? Like,
Sure you want that?
It's like, oh, don't worry, I'll just write sucks underneath if I don't like it.
There used to be a stigma attached to plastic surgery. You know, it was almost scandalous. And how far we've come. It's 2025. Parkhurst Plastic Surgery, if you're looking for more self-care and you want to build your confidence, plastic surgery is maybe a thing for you. Parkhurst Plastic Surgery is going to help you out. It's their mission over there to provide the highest level of care to help you achieve your cosmetic goals with natural-looking results. And their focus is to build your confidence by helping you achieve your goals with the most natural looks possible. And they want you to look and feel like you at your best and not your cookie-cutter providers over there at Parkhurst, where everybody leaves with the same results. They cater the treatments, cater the procedures, cater the surgeries to everybody individually to make sure everyone leaves happy with a major confidence boost. If you're looking to get rid of fat and hard-to-target areas, they got you. If you're looking for laser hair removal, if you're looking for permanent makeup, if you're looking for a mommy makeover, they got it all at Parkhurst Plastic Surgery. Dr. McGuire, Dr. Kaplan, people travel from all over the world to come and see them. It's Parkhurst Plastic Surgery, parkcrestplasticsurgery.com.
Bum, bum, bum. High from the outside, I mustard called 1,000 times to say I'm sorry for all things that you've done. I tried to call you, but you were not home. No, you weren't home.
So here we are, way back Point Fest, and the first band of the day is a band that, through the course of my life, I think I've seen your band 6 times, but we've never chatted and said hello.
It's just strange that wouldn't happen. I know you mentioned Mississippi Nights.
Yeah.
We talked on the phone the other day, and
yeah.
I remember the club well. You know, we used to have great shows there, but it's like anything these days. You know, stuff doesn't stay around as long as you would think it would. So
I remember something specific about this show, and it's a little creepy, so I'm going to go ahead and warn you. So where I was standing at Mississippi Nights, they had the back door open, and I could see directly into your tour bus.
Okay.
And I saw you. This is like right before you guys are going on, and I hadn't ever seen you before till this night. And you had like this black leather jacket on, like these skinny sort of jeans, and I was like, this dude is a bad man. And you were, and it was such a great show because that night it was a couple of different bands, Letters to Cleveland.
Centric for a long time on this radio program. Now find out for yourself how you can train for a new IT career in as little as 4 months. St. Louis's leading IT company. That's Centric. Centric is the longest-running, most experienced entry-level tech training program in the country. And the programs train you on the most current technologies employers are using because, unlike four-year schools, they could quickly adapt the curriculum to match changes in the job market. And they know that's your goal. You want to get a new job. If your goal is to get a great IT job, that's why Job Search Assistant is a big part of the program. In addition to the tech training, they know there are skills that need to be developed to help you find that right job. Centric's Career Services team provides you with seminars and workshops and other services throughout your training that prepare you for that job search and help you land that new IT job. 1,700 plus companies have hired Centric grads. You're next. Centric.com/Rizz, CENTRIQ.com/Rizz.
Paps, be good to your daughters. That's how you know to be good. 'Cause some will turn to mommies when others will be daughters and dads. That's how your brothers can be mothers too. That was John Mayer. Daughters.
What an absolute honor this is. First Ho-Ho show of 2017. Headliner tonight, Rise Against, Tim McElrath from Rise Against. Absolute pleasure to meet you, man.
Good to be here, yeah.
So, okay, a couple of things that I wanted to ask you about, but I think I'm going to kind of start on the serious side of things, if that's all right with you.
Let's do it.
It is an unbelievable time in our country politically. Some people would maybe not say that it's a sad time politically, but I think that it's one of the lowest points that I can ever remember.
Yeah.
As somebody that is keeping track of what's going on in the world, like I know you guys do, sometimes myself I get so frustrated with just the daily, just punch in the face of it all that I kind of want to back away from it. How do you consume the news that's out there, and do you ever get that feeling like when you're reading like Twitter or Facebook or something like, God, I feel like I got punched in the face just trying to get through the news of the day?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's so overwhelming, and you're like, we live in such a tumultuous time right now, especially in American history. And for a band like us who've been plugging away this for like 18 years and singing about the ills of society and singing about things where places where we find injustice, we want to like, put water where the fire is. That's kind of what we do. And so to have all these ideas that we thought made such progress on, I feel like racism and sexism and homophobia and xenophobia, and I feel like all that stuff kind of has come to rear its ugly head back again. And in this administration has such a permissive culture around all those ideas, which is sad. It lets you know and it reminds you that the monsters of racism and sexism don't ever really go away. No. We put them behind bars, but they find their way out. If we don't constantly maintain that visibility on those issues. And so it's interesting, as a band that's been trying to rile people up for 18 years, I'm excited to see people riled up.
Sure.
I don't care that if it wasn't Rise Against to do it. I don't care what did it.
Right.
And certainly this election did it. So I get to see a lot of people who have opened their eyes, a lot of people who have traditionally buried their head in the sand, who have now come out and said, I gotta be more engaged. I have to speak up when I hear something that's wrong. I see what happens now when good people stay silent, you know? And so we've been a band through 4 different presidential administrations. So we also realized that a lot of the problems with this administration, you know, are just symptoms of a bigger disease. There's an ideology that fuels administrations like this one, and the ideology is something that we like to attack. It's more effective to treat the disease than just to be constantly treating the symptoms.
Now I'm 41, and when the undercurrent, this is kind of a crazy, like when the undercurrent of racism started to sort of peak back up kind of and became sort of acceptable in the last couple of years, or what, not acceptable, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, did it at all shock you? It shocked me because
Absolutely,
I thought,
yeah.
like, I was like, this is still happening? Like we're really going back?
Let's talk about the bagel loan, the signature loan of Stewart's American Mortgage. And when you call Stewart's American Mortgage, you are going to talk to Stewie because he gives you his personal cell phone number. So call 314-324-4440 or text him. Text him March Madness and ask him about the bagel loan. And that'll just make me laugh if he gets a whole bunch of March Madness texts today. So 314-324-4440 or Google the bagel loan. And what is the bagel loan? Well, it's the bagel loan because it looks like a big old fat zero, because Stewie has created a way that covers all costs on any loan, refi, or purchase starting at $200,000. That includes 0 underwriting fees, 0 appraisal fees, 0 title fees, 0 lender fees, 0 closing costs, and he gets you closed in 10 to 15 days, which is lightning quick, and he puts the power of the pre-approval letter in your hands. And most lending agents don't do that, and it's a very, very important step in buying a home. It lowers down payment costs. Less fees means more money to invest in your new home. Stewie can make owning your first home an attainable goal. Your home is your biggest investment you make in your life, so take the time and talk to Stewart from Stewart's American Mortgage. Again, call or text him on his cell phone, 314-324-4440, or you can Google the bagel loan, and if you're a Gentile, you can Google the donut loan. The bagel loan will pop up anyway. NMLS number 226715.
Hey, it's Blue October at Point Fest.
All right, that is it for us. Another March Music Mayhem matchup comes up in just a couple minutes. It's The Offspring versus Pantera. Who will move on to the next round of March Music Mayhem? Up to you. Vote via the 1057 The Point mobile app or go onto the website, 1057thepoint.com. If you missed anything on this here radio program, make sure you check out the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Also, the Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's podcast, which is titled?
Well, we got 2 choices.
Okay.
Milk is very controversial, or it's not real, but I'll say it.
Ooh, learn?
It's not real, but I'll say it.
There you have it.
There it is. Big thanks to Adam Sella for calling in and explaining how registering your hands as weapons is silly.
And Chris Kerber.
And yes, Chris Kerber. Make sure you check out his Curbside podcast after every Blues game. All right, Moon, what else?
Man, just keep on being good.
Keep on keeping on, right?
Yeah,
That's
dude.
all you could do. All right, thank you.
I feel fine.
I'll learn.
Yeah, go get some good lunch today. You've been hangry all morning. Go ahead. Get yourself a little calzone today. Thanks.
A kid at calzone today.
Yeah.
Oh. Oddly specific.
Oddly specific. By the way, they're Sauce on the Side's doing a Jordan Bennington thing, so you might want to check that out, Blues fans. Just gonna throw that out there.
Rafe.
Check out Spread Zones and Cal Zones. And if you're not doing anything this weekend, check out don'ttellcomedy.com. I got a couple secret comedy shows here in town. And I got a secret headliner coming into town and he's a regular at the Comedy Cellar, very good friend of mine, and it's worth your while. So if you're not doing anything, you want to check out some comedy this weekend, go to don'ttellcomedy.com and put in St. Louis, and you'll find the shows.
All right, King Scott.
If you want to see pictures of a real-life hunk, make sure to follow King Scott Rules, and plenty of hunk photos there. And then also tonight I'll be on Clownvis Live to the Rescue on YouTube,
right.
8 p.m.
Awesome. Make sure you check out 2 new episodes of The Spread Zone if you like to gamble. one about the Sweet 16 NCAA March Madness thing, and one about baseball, the MLB 2025 season preview. Where to put your money. It's the Spread Zone, wherever you get your podcasts. All right, we leave you with a selection from our Teamers Member of the Day, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. From O'Fallon, Missouri, John J.J. Braden is our team.